world is a big political mess, but you'll never see us be the useful idiot for these stooges. Hello and welcome to The House That Happens, sponsored by Shuey's Bar and Grill, the only place to be in suburban Etobicoke, voted 4 times the best dive bar in all the GTA. It's number 1 in our hearts, the Phoenix rising from the ashes. Hi, I'm Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name's Cruz. That's an interesting opening salvo, young man.
Yes, it is.
I certainly believe it is. I guess I like that. What did you say? You know what I mean? This and that and the other thing. Yeah, okay. I'm hearing you loud and clear. How's that?
Very good. Please give us a like, please comment, and please subscribe. It really helps us out. How was your week?
Excellent. By the way, shout out to you for the clips and all the people that touch it on mine, and sometimes I can't share them.
On Facebook?
Yeah.
There should be like maybe you got to like go to the House That Happens page.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's what maybe
you can share from there.
Yes, okay. And all the people that on my Facebook, people that said cool things, when I do have the clips go over there, we appreciate it. Subscribe, correct?
Please do. Please do.
Thank you.
We're on all the social medias, Facebook, Instagram. I think we have a Twitter account. I never use it, though. TikTok. We're on TikTok.
Okay. Yeah. And we're not proponents of AI, except for that song that I played you last week. That's so badass.
AI, I don't know. It's good, bad, and ugly right now, I'd say.
Well, that's what I mean. And for all the people that know that I love music out there, there's a song called When You Become Unk. Just do it. Some guy named Andrew Sykes, and I hate to say it. It's so badass. It's badass, but it's AI.
Mixed feelings about it, clearly.
Yes, 100%.
So we'll get off with our shout-outs this week.
Also,
I got to say, so I have a purple toe. I have a headache.
Yes.
I'm sure 2 hours of arguing about sports is going to solve both those things.
Okay, I wanted to allude to it, but I'm glad that you did it yourself. So even though he's under duress, I'm not going to take it easy on him. Okay, let's just cut to the chase here. You know what I mean? And you know those purple toes? I've had a couple of those. You'll probably lose a whole toenail or some shit.
Where the nail is, it's fine. It's like under, like where the joint is.
You're going to lose. You're going to do it.
Yeah?
I lost both.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Being dumb. I'm an experienced moron when it comes to purple toes. You know, lost both of my big toenails in the span of my life.
Ooh, well, it's only the small one, so that's okay.
Good.
Let's get to shout-outs. So, unfortunately, a couple deaths this week. Lenny Wilkens died at 88 on Sunday, basically like right after we recorded last week. A former NBA player coach, was the NBA champion as a coach in 1979 with the Seattle Supersonics, or was it 78? Either way. And coached the Raptors to their first playoff series victory in 2001.
You know, the great thing about that is if he's got a very long career, and I'm telling you, I've been watching basketball for a long time. And when I was a little boy, Lenny Wilkens was one of like the premier point guards in the league at the time. Where's he playing for? Cleveland, I believe. I can't remember. And I don't know if he ever got a championship team, did he? As a player?
Not as a player.
Not as a player, no. But he was really good. Like you'd see him in the semifinals, quarterfinals, stuff like that. And not only that, but to have a career he did as a coach. And remarkably, when he came to Toronto, it was supposed to be like, okay, he's going to establish culture, whatever. But he still had it in him to take that crew and win our first playoff series. Remarkable career. And let's not forget, if you do Google or Wikipedia Lenny Wilkens, you'll also see all the contributions that he gave back to communities wherever he was.
Excellent to see. Another one, Larry Brooks died at 75 on Thursday, the famed New York Post sports columnist, also famous for his spats with John Tortorella. Hockey World,
epic.
Coming together for this one. And even Tortorella coming out saying some things, too.
Which he should
talking
have.
about his professionalism, how he never backed down, which are as high praise from Torts.
And not only that, Torts got some of his sound bites that were generated by who?
Oh, Brooksy.
Yeah.
I guess that's what I'm saying, Brooksy.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like, come on. You know those statements, that things? Like, come on. We knew what was going on. But you know what he brought? That guy brought authenticism to the game because he wasn't afraid to ask a question at that moment. And you know, it's just that Tortorella handled it differently. But God bless that guy. I miss people like him.
Yeah. He had a lot of power in the New York sports scene. Friedman told a story where he was sent to New York when Eric Lindros got traded to the Rangers. And then like the Rangers people were like, we got to make sure that Brooksy got the interview or whatever first.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow. That's props. And we're talking Friedman here too.
Yes, sir.
I remember that. That was huge at the time.
I vaguely remember. I was still a little bit too young for that.
Yeah, it was huge because it was New York City. It was Lindros. That's when Toronto should have got him. Because they got him first. New York got him first, right?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, that's when Toronto should have got him.
Well, I think Lindros had the choice, and he chose New York.
Part of the reason, which is really weird, is at the time he was going to duck the Toronto media, in my opinion.
I think that's part of it.
And I go, but you're going to New York. But he goes, yeah, but I'll be on this rung instead of that rung. Yeah. I don't know. That could be urban legend. Because of all the good things that Lindros has done off the ice since he's retired very quietly, we should not forget. And but the Brooksy, we'll miss you.
Any more shout-outs? I got one more.
I got a couple, 3, but the first one, since we're on postmortems, don't forget Michael Ray Richardson. He was a basketball player, one of the top players drafted at the time. He was a steals champ, so almost a scoring champ, did great in the playoffs. But the story of Michael Ray Richardson is the fact that he had some issues off the field that severely hampered his career. And in the end, I sometimes think it's bittersweet when they did this. He tried to come out and tell his story so younger people in his community did not succumb to how he wrecked his career. He was the first guy who was suspended like 3 times for drug violations.
Right.
You know, that progressive thing. Till he was out of the league, he had to go play in China. Mm-hmm. But a great player who is admittedly came back and said, hey, kids, don't be like this. Good player.
Yeah. I'm going to shout out Humber men's soccer. They're 9th. They just won their 9th national title in the last 13 seasons. The dynasty keeps on going. They put out one of the cockiest videos on social media, which I love. They called the national championship the Humber Invitational.
Oh, that's amazing. You got to let me see that.
Yeah.
That's great sense. I like Humber better. When people do shit like that, I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, 9 national titles in the last 13 years and 11 provincial titles in the last 15.
So what they should do is everybody on that team should put that in their hard drive to keep to show their grandkids, because that's off the chart. That's off the chart shit. Congratulations. Big time.
Humber has never three-peated as national champs, but I mean, you put together a run like that. Come on. That's dynasty right there.
Unbelievable. Shout out huge to Humber, because we at the House That Happens are probably some of your biggest fans.
Especially me. You got a couple more shout outs?
First thing I want to shout out to is 2 things that you may not agree or not with, but you know, we take the piss out of referees all the time. So I think that sometimes, I don't know if you've seen the catch where Mendoza in the Indiana-Penn State game drove down the field so Penn State could say his top 4 team, threw a play in the end zone. Did you see this highlight?
No, I didn't.
First of all, it might have been one of the greatest catches in the history of college football, as to win a game, or was it like 3 seconds left on the clock, and everyone didn't know, when you actually take a look and the referee made the call, he made the right call in real time. It was unbelievable. So I just want to shout out to all the refs when they do good shit.
Are those guys part-time too?
They're a little bit more schooled, but I just want to
I think they are still part-time in college, are they not?
Probably, but it's nice to see when the refs do good. We don't talk enough about, we always talk about the refs and they screw up.
Right.
And if I want to talk about the NHL lately, some of the shit I've seen this week, come on, guys, be consistent. But that's another story. When the refs do good, we should shout out.
Absolutely. Like a couple years ago when that umpire in baseball got 99% of the strike calls or whatever or balled and strikes, correct?
That guy should have got a bonus.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Exactly. Give him the little bump.
Because if we don't respect the refs, we don't have a very good game. Just think about the replacement referees a couple years ago in football. There you go.
Was it the Seattle Green Bay game? Was that
something like that? Yeah. And the next day they said, "What do you guys?"
Everyone's looking around like, was this a touchdown?
Or remember watching the game
ever.
And the gamblers were losing their minds.
Of course. You have one more shout out?
Just 2 quick ones. The other one I want to say out there, and you're probably not going to like this, but I've heard it a lot this week, and I believe that analytics need an enema. I want to thank everybody out there to remind the world that we have too many goddamn stats, and when you manipulate the stats, that you can turn a player into a superstar to a borderline guy with 3 ticks off something you've seen in a magazine. So let's just not take away.
Who's doing that? Like, what
everywhere.
What player is 1 tick away from being a superstar to a borderline?
Okay,
player?
You know where I'm starting? Okay, what I'm saying is this: I personally believe, and I said it before, some of this shit must be agent driven. But let's just start with the big one.
I know about that.
I don't know, but I'm going to tell you the big one. The PPF you see being shot on Sunday Night Football all the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And there's a couple of things that they show on hockey that I'm not going to get into. But I heard a couple of guys have jumped out in the middle of something and said, listen, this isn't about stats. This was about effort, buddy. Didn't you just watch the game? And it jumped out of the screen. And I heard a couple other guys saying, yes, when you're preparing the game, let's use some analytics. But something might occur during the game where analytics are going to have nothing to do with it.
Well, we've said this before. I mean, like, stats and analytics are a useful tool, but you can't have them just run your team on their own.
Well, my point being is this.
There has to be a marriage.
Yes, somewhere along the line.
Yeah.
And I'm saying that sometimes when we're watching, there's just too many stats.
I mean, that's just for the viewer. That's just for, like, NBC or whoever it is to just
It's
fill
garbage.
the page.
And you know what else I don't want to do? Like, are you that bad that when there's a power play and I'm watching American broadcast, it's got to look like a video game, so they put the guy's name on his head when he's skating around the ice?
Oh, on the American networks, I can't stand that.
That's worse than that flashing puck bullshit.
The less said about that, the better.
Okay, let's get on. I got one more shout out right now. Tuesday was Remembrance Day. I want to shout out to the McAfee Show for taking the time to go to Paris Island to do their show. If you don't know what Paris Island is the home of the Marines, the home where they make Marines, and they were dedicating their show to the cause of representing people that are defending freedom and democracy in North America. And I'll just end it like this. If anybody disagreed with whatever happened during this extravaganza, remember, it was Veterans Day. It wasn't about us. It wasn't about anything else but the vets.
I'm not going to say anything about the character of a certain person he interviewed, but we'll just leave it at that.
Thank you.
Anything else you want to add?
No.
All right, then we'll move it on to the big one here, the NFL. Week 11 now. But of course,
yes.
We got to begin with the power rankings.
Oh, we're going to do power rankings first?
But that's how we always do it.
Okay, whatever it is, because I got my condensed. This is going to be the greatest rundown in the history I've ever done.
Okay.
I feel it. Okay, so where am I at?
You want me to start?
Sure, please do.
At number 5, they were there last week on my list. I got the Seattle Seahawks.
Okay.
Number 4, they're moving down a spot on my list. I got the Indianapolis Colts.
Okay.
Number 3, they're up a spot from my list last week, the New England Patriots.
Oh.
Number 2, I got your Detroit Lions.
Thank you very much.
Number 1, I still got Kansas City, because even though...
You don't have the Rams in there?
No. It's a tough list.
You're damn right it is. Okay, once again, didn't we have some kind of criteria that said the team's got to be in the playoffs before you put them in?
We never agreed to that before the season.
Oh, we didn't agree that.
No,
okay.
you throw that in there midway.
Next day, there will be a mandate.
But that's not power rankings, though.
Okay, so
power ranking is just who you think is like the best right now.
And I can't put Kansas City in there, even though I would bet on them to win the Super Bowl, because presently they're not in a playoff position.
That doesn't make any sense. Then they should be on your... If you think they should go to the Super Bowl, then like they're on your power rankings.
What if they lose to Denver this weekend?
They're going to win.
Then
they're coming off a bye week.
Okay, that's okay. But what if they do lose? Then I'm going to look like a moron, okay? Just like when I put Philadelphia...
Oh, that's what we do on the show. We put ourselves out there and like...
Okay, so
sometimes you have to have egg on your face and you got to wear it.
Well, the first thing I'm going to say is that I had Philadelphia at number 1 just because they're the defending champion. And I'll be honest with you, this week they don't even make my list. That's week to week in the NFL any given Sunday. So can I give you my list?
Go for it.
Number 5, I have your New England Patriots.
Thank you very much.
I might have had them a little bit higher, but remember this. You beat who's in front of you, and they're going to win the division. Right now, I'll call that. Just because of circumstances, shout out to Vrabel, Josh Daniels, and, of course, MVP candidate Drake May, but we'll get to that when we get to that. My number 4 team is the Colts.
Okay.
I'm starting to get worried about the Colts due to this fact. I don't know what went on over there, and we've been trying to figure out Atlanta since Jesus was a baby. So that being said, the Colts numbers, analytics, and all of that say, yes, they are, but are they a fast-track team playing on turf? I don't know. Anyways, right now their record says, until yesterday, best in the league, just surpassed by the Pats. Number 4 is the Colts. Number 3, I have the Seattle Seahawks.
Oh, interesting.
Yes, because the Seattle Seahawks may have the best defense in the league, but I just seen them enough to know that there's some flaws going on, and it's going to be settled this weekend when I get to further down my rankings. Number 2, you know I got it, number 2.
Rams?
No, my beloved Detroit Lions.
Okay.
I have to be serious about what's going on in the NFC, because number 1, you know I have the Rams.
Okay.
The Rams. How come you don't have the Rams on your list?
They were in my number 6.
You couldn't put the Rams on number 1. I mean, on your list.
No.
Considering
I think Seattle's better.
we're going to find out this weekend.
We are.
We're going to find out.
Well, if they beat Seattle, I mean, they're obviously going to knock them off the list.
Yeah. I'm. You know what? I'm gonna. Well, okay, wait till we get there, till we make our picks. I got shit to say about that game.
Okay.
Shit's gonna happen. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But we'll get to that later. And yeah, of course, number one is the Rams. That's interesting. You don't have the Rams because when I look around at all the teams, like not just the eye test to me. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And one of the things I've noticed about the Rams is this. You can score on them a bit in the beginning because they got a pack of dogs young defense. So sometimes they make those minor mistakes, but then you hear that defensive coordinator come over and tightens up the screws, and suddenly things change. Like, if you look at their metrics on defense and their metrics on offense, which is one of the things you have to look at. Are you top 10 in both offense and defense, which is usually a formula to get you far into the playoffs? You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And they've got that metric.
Yeah, that for sure they do. So you want to do Cruz's condensed rundown?
Yes, here we go. Okay, first of all, as I was saying, let's start with the Falcons in the coats.
From Berlin.
From Berlin. I can't figure it out at all. They've got top 10 defense and top 10 offense. One of the things that I'm saying, and look at their record.
But hear me out. What? They can't get out of their own way.
Oh, that's, you know what? Whenever I hear anybody talking about football, when Atlanta comes up, they say that.
Because it's true.
Oh, but sometimes
they're the kings of that. Okay. They've always been. You go through the history of the Atlanta Falcons. Like, Secret Base did a great video on it, just chronicling the whole history of the Atlanta Falcons. It's been the same shit since day one. Day one.
And look they had the worst Super Bowl loss in the history of Super Bowl losses.
Oh, I'm laughing about that one.
No kidding. It was just amazing. In any event, I agree. So,
I want a flag of that, by the way, the 28-3. I'd hang that in the man cave.
Yeah, okay. That sounds like an idea. That sounds really good. In any event, with that being said, I think the Colts are solid because their defense is good, and picking up the Sauce Gardner thing on the back end has been excellent because their rating on pass defense is not anywhere near the top 10.
Despite that trade, though, I'm with you though. I'm starting to lose trust with the Colts.
In what way? Indiana Jones or Danny Dimes?
Danny Dimes is part of it, but I just think I don't know, but has the magic just run out?
No, I just think that they've played weird in Berlin.
Jonathan Taylor is starting to look more and more like an MVP to me.
If I had a vote today, that's my thing. Jonathan Taylor would be my MVP in the league this year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think part of it is they're very well schemed, okay, on offense, and that bodes well when you're playing on a fast track. So look what happened when they went to Pittsburgh, okay? And what were they playing on? A soccer field over in Berlin. But I give them credit for marching down the field at the end and getting the victory when they needed it.
Sure.
But then again, Atlanta certainly loves to give out Christmas presents in November. You know what I mean?
They're just in the giving spirit.
You got it. Next game was the Ravens and the Vikings. Everybody knew that the Ravens had to win this game. The way that they won it going into Minnesota was impressive, I thought.
They're like Secretariat coming down the track. Just trying to catch up to Pittsburgh, I guess, to win that AFC North division, which I think they're going to have in the bag in a couple weeks.
That's the way it's looking. But don't forget this. Lamar only practices part-time. Now, a lot of people are saying that's because let's not put him out there and give him practice. We know what he can do, and he's coming off that ligament.
Yeah, I think
he is dealing with knee soreness. But
that's why he's not running much either.
That's right. He's being careful. He's throwing the ball so well.
Yep.
So what this puts in the position is that the Vikings are always known for a team that goes up and goes down. I think the Vikings, more than any other team in the NFC North, will be in deep to make the playoffs, even though they have the defense that they do, which is one of the most solid defenses in the league, in my opinion. JJ, can he do it? Is McCarthy going to be the guy with the inexperience that he has?
There's a lot of uncertainty there. I mean, Minnesota, they're going to be like a 9-8, 8-9 team at the end of the day, if you ask me. Just short of a playoff spot when all's said and done. I think 500 is going to be. But you know what? We could get to this later. A lot of teams are like that right now, and it's pretty wide open. But that's the problem. Like they're going to be stuck with the rest of the pack instead of pulling themselves up, right?
You got a point there. Now let's get to the next game. The Pats and Tampa Bay. Let's get to this now. The best record in the NFL now belongs to your New England Patriots.
Insane. Okay. I mean, I had the Patriots making the playoffs at the beginning of the year, but I did not see this coming. And this was just a great game. Defensively, both teams showed up. And this is a game that Tampa Bay usually wins, and New England pulled it out at the end. Great game.
And it was on the road. So when you really think about it, you guys have had 2 good road wins. 2 good teams. You beat Tampa Bay and you beat the
Buffalo.
Bills. Yeah. And outside of that, you've done what you're supposed to. Bitch slap the teams that are getting in your way, which says to me, if you look at their schedule for the rest of the season, they are rolling to the AFC East Division Championship with a possible number 1 seed where to get to the Super Bowl, you will have to go through Foxborough. We're going to say deja vu.
We're turning back the clock. It's 2009.
Deja vu. But look at it, though. Even though you're beating what it is, you're building a confidence anyways. But let's take a look at this. They got Christian Gonzalez out there who's now basically an island. Not a lot of guys in the league say that guy's got an island. Don't worry about it. That's rare because the way they scheme and shit. He's freaking amazing. I watched him when they played the game again. Just watch what he was doing on plays. He was around the ball so much it was insane. Not only that, does Diggs improve quarterbacks?
I mean, it looks that way.
Look at his trail of work. Let's forget the off field. Let's forget that he's a character. Let's talk about football in the house that happens. Diggs is a great. So look at the little 3-4 components you add to a team and the difference that it makes, especially when everyone buys in the dressing room.
And you haven't heard much from him this year, like being a diva or anything like that.
Oh, he's totally doing it off the court. But off he's still freaking Stephon Diggs.
He's a wide receiver, right? So.
He's got to do what he's got to do, and that's his own good life. I'm just gonna say it like that. On the other end, Tampa Bay.
Well, hold on. Well, with New England too, this is Travion Henderson's coming out party.
Another thing because they can run the ball. But Drake May is an MVP candidate, bro. That's before I went on. We should be talking about that. He's a cross between, I heard somebody say, like, when you look at him now, is he a cross between Tom Brady and Josh Allen?
Well, that's not a bad comparison.
I thought that was pretty damn crazy.
Because of the legs, right?
Because of the legs and the stature like Brady, right? But the kid throws a great long ball.
Oh,
his accuracy is insane.
Well, that Buffalo game that was like his coming out party when you were like, whoa, this is what the kid can really do.
Even against Tampa, it showed it because Tampa Bay's defense is no slouch here.
No, definitely not.
Okay,
definitely not.
So I'm going to say 2 things when I'm looking at stuff goes on. Sometimes we can never account for what happens in week 1 in this respect. Who did you guys lose to in week 1?
The Raiders.
What? How did that happen?
I was pushing the red button, getting the panic button ready to go. But they started off 1-2. They lost another early game.
Pittsburgh, too.
Yeah. No, that was a bit of a weird game, though.
Yes, exactly. But, I mean, they knew what they were doing, and they stayed the course. I'm happy for them. Let's get on to that. And we should bring up Tampa Bay.
Yes.
I think Baker's getting beat up a bit. Doesn't have enough targets. Enough weapons. And the defense stays out there too long.
Well, yeah, he's missing his top 2 wideouts.
But I still think that they're pretty sure of winning that division.
Well, that's because it's a garbage division.
Okay, whatever the case may be. Next, we had the Jags and the Texans. What the hell went on in this game?
And you made fun of me for choosing Houston.
I took them too.
No, you took Jacksonville.
Did I?
I thought so.
No, I took maybe in the pool. I definitely took the Texans. Here's the deal on this.
And you ripped me on the show for it.
Well, maybe I did. But anyways, here's what happened.
Yeah, you took Jacksonville.
Is the highlight of the year for the Jacksonville Jaguars going to be Lawrence falling down on national TV twice and running into the end zone? Is that going to be the highlight of their season? Like, something's going on there. Travis Hunter got beat up. He's gone. That Jacksonville defense is for real.
Yes.
But the real deal is how this Mills guy got up off the canvas and stormed their way back home with a Texas defense, which from the eye test tells me they're the best defense in the NFL. So are we done with the Tennessee Titans?
You mean the Houston Texans?
I mean the Houston, yeah. 10, we'll get out of there. When you look at the records, you got to go, can they still do it?
They're 4-5, so they're barely hanging on.
And agreed in with what's happening at the top of the AFC. And the AFC is inordinately weak this year. When you look at teams and the way the scheduling's gone on, they are infinitely more weak.
I don't think they're going to make it. I think there's one wild card spot up for grabs, and I think Kansas City's going to take it.
Well, we'll get to that. So that means the Jags are out too, correct?
I think so.
That'll be less time we'll be spending with these 2 teams for the rest of the season, but do respect the Houston defense. Next, we go to the Saints and Panthers.
God bless us all.
Next. That's you know what? Bryce is a little too small in my opinion. You know what I mean? The Panthers have got some defense. I don't know what the Saints are doing, but next.
Hold on, though. Isn't Carolina, they're fighting for a playoff spot, though?
Mirage. Fugazi.
Still.
You know what I mean? They're sitting there too. We'll get to Denver, them at 8-2. Let's talk about, why aren't they in your top 5 in power rankings? Why is Denver not? Well, they're not mine. Okay, so anyway.
Their defense is in my top 5 power rankings.
Saints, Panthers next. Okay, the next game, the Jets and the Browns. Oh, next. Come on. The Jets finally got a win. You know,
it's their second win.
Okay, so we'll give it that. So look, the only thing that they got out of this is all this shenanigans is they got 5 picks in the first 2 rounds in 2026 and 2027. The
Good
question,
for them.
Can they do anything with it?
I don't know, man. This is starting to look like a cursed franchise.
Yeah, whatever the case may be. And the only thing I want to bring up is that the Cleveland Browns are wasting a Super Bowl bringing to your defense. Okay, next. We're going to go to the Giants and the Bears. We're going to be quick on this one because the Giants season's over.
Oh, my God. The Giants just love blowing leads, don't they?
Oh, they're second to Atlanta and getting in the way of their own self. Okay, is that a way we're going to go? That you're getting in the way of yourself might be the name of the show for all we know. But in any event.
Well, it's crazy. Like once Jackson Dart exited that game, like night and day.
100%. 100%. And the thing is,
like, why do you think that is? Is just like no belief in that team for Russell Wilson?
No, Russell Wilson can't cook no more. He's past his, when you're look at Aaron Rodgers. We'll get to him. You see, Father Time is undefeated. Those guys had great careers. I don't know.
But Rodgers is having a good season, though. Not to get too off topic.
Okay, but we'll get back to the game at hand. Why do you think they put in Jameis Winston?
I would have done the same.
I would have done it earlier. I would have given him a chance a while ago.
Well, and Jameis, too, like his teammates love him. You know they're going to like run through a wall for that guy.
Wilson just gets the most money of all the 3 quarterbacks. Don't forget that.
Of course.
And so
of course.
You got go on there. But in any event, I think the Giants are wasting some good D there, too, because they got some players on the D side of the ball that are very good. We'll be talking about them next year when they're trying to run in for the playoffs because there's something to be thinking about in the future.
And they fired Dable after this week.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Him sticking his head in the tent, that was the nail in the coffin, more or less?
I think I'm not going to say no to that because we discussed that. Like, you know what I mean? And the way that he's blown a couple of games, some coaching bad coaching decisions, defensive lapses. But we both said somewhere off camera, off mic, you can't stick your head in the tent there, coach, no matter who you are, even if you're a doctor or whoever. No.
The doctor should be the only person in there.
But that's why we're talking about player safety.
Yes.
You got a coach doing something like that. Makes a mockery of the whole system for starters.
Yes, but that for whoever takes that job, that's a very good position. I mean, you got a lot of talent to work with. That defense ain't nothing. You got the quarterback, you got a running back, you got a very good wide receiver.
And they're all going to be back next year, and they're all going to be young.
Maybe you just need to punch up that O-line a little bit.
I bet you they do draft O-line when their time comes.
They should.
But speaking of O-line, we don't take 10 minutes in every game, but Chicago, are they going to make the playoffs? Caleb is making steps.
Caleb,
whatever his name is. I'm still not sold on the guy, and I just traded Jaden Daniels in my fantasy league, by the way.
Whoa. Your keeper league.
In my keeper league.
For what?
First-round draft pick, Marvin Harrison and Kyler Murray. Gamble of a lifetime, but we'll get that another story.
No, I don't know if I can sign off on that.
No, everybody can't, but I know. I noticed that. Oh, I should say this. I didn't call you back because I was out for a while last night. By the time I got home, I thought you'd be in bed with your kids. I got a call from Kevin Pick after the trade was up. I haven't looked on the site because I'm wondering if it's being vetoed, but that's another that's another story.
I mean, you got a lot back, so I mean,
shit. I've lost so many games by so close that now my only thing is get the rebuild. Here's how I failed. I kept Jamison Williams in my first.
You're giving up a good quarterback. Not we can't get too off topic.
Okay, yeah. I still got Stafford, and I still got freaking.
Great, an old quarterback.
They got another couple years. And what you're saying, Stafford now? He's got a couple years left. Don't worry.
But the Bears, they're definitely one of the surprises of the season. They're ahead of Green Bay. They're second in the NFC North. Who saw that coming, 9 games into the season?
Nobody.
Thank you.
So I'm going to say if the Chicago Bears make the playoffs, it's going to be based on their defense because their offense is still a work in progress.
Yes.
I think Ben Johnson's feeding Caleb a lot, and he's getting Caleb a lot. Whatever, I'll call him Caleb. Getting dust on people's uniforms and shit. What are you, a fairy? Come on, stop it. You know what I mean? I just something about the guy, I'm going, he can run, he can move. I just think that he's got to learn to throw better. And I shouldn't have said the F word because that was kind of
Fairy?
yeah.
That's a little offside.
No, it was the dust. Remember that I was talking about the fairy dust he puts on other guys? Hey, man, this guy left fairy dust on me. In any event,
I think he's coming along, though.
Yes, I've got
from
my
last
notes.
year to this year, I've been impressed with his improvement.
I was saying, and it seems every game, it's his accuracy, you know what I mean? And his decisions. Do what the coach is saying. Like, this isn't college. You don't have to run and do that scramble shit. If you have to, do it. But throw the ball first.
That hit piece that came out on him early in the year is starting to age like milk.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Which I'm glad. I'm happy for the player.
I hope that, you know what? We watch it because we want to see the highest level of competition we can possibly have.
Sure.
In the future, he could be that. So I want, even though I don't like him in my division.
He was the number 1 overall pick.
Thank you very much. The next game is the Bills and the Dolphins, and we got to say this. I'm going to say something about the Miami Dolphins. I've never thought they were the complete shit show that everybody said they were, even though they had dressing room problems.
Hold on. Coming from the guy that said they'd be dead last in the AFC East.
However, I did predict that. But now that I'm looking over it, I'm just, because I like Daniels. He's going to be our offensive coordinator next year. So, in any event, when you go back and look at the McDaniels, yeah. If you go back and look at the Miami losses, like they were in games and then they puked some up. And and then they've won. Like they beat the Bills.
Somehow.
And not only that, no, they were solid because the Dolphins is another team. They've got a little bit of defense. And if Tugagaloa can throw the ball to somebody, and he was accurate.
He was.
And Waddle's
he threw 2 picks, but.
Well, he's going to throw because maybe you should get laser surgery like Winston because they all have the funny uniforms. I don't know. I'm just saying this. I feel bad for McDaniels, and I feel worse for Buffalo because I don't know where Buffalo is at. We know they can get out of this tailspin because they got Josh Allen, but nobody's catching the ball for him. Nobody's getting released. Nobody's getting space except for Shakir underneath, and those are only good dump and dink. Sometimes you got to go down the field, and Buffalo's defense is susceptible to the run.
Yes, they are.
All year long, they've showed they're susceptible to the run. And what are they going to get now to improve that defense?
Well, not much.
So they're going to have to change the scheme or nothing. Now, they've still got a tough schedule along the way, and I'm not saying Buffalo won't make the playoffs. You know,
no, but they're starting to look like a one and done team if they get to the playoffs.
Because who are they going to go on the road to?
Yeah, it's exactly.
Okay, but then you get the scenario that they do this. They make the playoffs and suddenly they get seeded against the Colts and they got to go into the Loud House and play Indianapolis.
Okay, fine, but like they're not going to win the division round.
I don't even think they're going to win. I don't think they're going to even win the division.
Definitely not. Even like against the Colts, that's not a gimme that they beat the Colts.
Oh no, I'm saying especially if they play them there. There you go. But
if they win, yeah, fine. But
okay, so on to the next.
I wouldn't be betting on it.
No, I wouldn't either. On to the next game. Seattle and Arizona.
Whoo!
Oh my God! When I was a little boy and I lived in Nova Scotia, they used to say if you're bad, they take you out to the back and they take out this switch and give you a few.
Oh my God!
Oh yeah, I got a couple of those when I was younger. I felt those when I felt Arizona. That's what they must have felt like when I was watching that game. What the hell happened to Arizona? Not that they were any good. I think there's some dressing room issues, the Kyler Murray thing.
Yes.
And one thing you got to remember, the guy, Mike McDonald in Seattle, is one of the best defensive minds in football.
He built up that defense with Baltimore before he got to Seattle.
Thank you very much. And I watch a lot of stuff I'd like to learn about football. And sometimes when I'm watching a game, and sometimes when I watch specifically Seattle, where did that guy come from? And I rewind and I say, this guy misses that. And then I'm like the analysts that point out, that's the complication of football. It's chess.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? If you can put out a lineup the same way 10 times in a row and do 10 different things, you're going to fuck with the offense.
Oh, for sure.
And he seems to be a master of doing that. That's why it's going to be a great chess match this weekend, Seattle and the Rams. I think the winner of this game wins the division. Agreed?
I agree with that. But I mean, this game, like, I'm just going to sum it up like this. When the game is so crazy that by the second half you could just let the foot off the gas pedal, come on.
Oh, yeah, that was not an issue. The next game we go to is the Detroit Lions. All I'm going to say is this. One pride. We're going to be there. Dan Campbell calling the plays, whatever the case may be, we're good.
Goff continuing to put together a good case for MVP.
Mm-hmm. We're good. So I'm a Detroit Lions disciple. I'm not going to sit here because it's going to be the biggest bias in the world. But don't worry about our Lions. We're going to be fine, and we can take our D on the road. We've gotten better last week. We've got some injuries coming back. Detroit Lions, we're just fine.
Washington, how much do you think they got to rebuild that team, especially that defense?
O-line.
O-line as well?
I say more O-line.
Don't forget, Washington's the oldest team in the NFL.
Are they?
Yes, they are.
With the youngest quarterback. One of the youngest quarterbacks.
Oldest overall.
Yeah, okay. I did not know that. Yeah, and their defense has failed them at times. But sometimes you got to work.
You allowed 44 against the Lions.
That's the Detroit Lions. We could put up 44 on anyone on a good day.
But this is a team that was supposed to be a Super Bowl contender.
You
can't be doing that.
Everything that could go wrong did go wrong.
Yes, it has.
So they won't even be around. The next game, San Diego, Pittsburgh.
San Diego?
Oh, I mean,
L.A.
Look I wrote down.
L.A. Chargers.
Look on my notes.
First of all, shout out Keenan Allen. Sets a new Chargers all-time receptions record, surpassing Antonio Gates. 956 receptions as a Charger.
And that's a long list of great pass catchers in the Chargers franchise history. Like, he's led a lot. I know the game's got a little bit more wide open, but they've got a history of having great wide receivers, tight ends, et cetera, like that. And in any event, is the Pittsburgh Steelers, what are they? They got to be careful about missing.
They're starting to look fraudulent.
Tomlin's never had a losing season. If he doesn't have a losing season this year, and
they'll finish 9-8,
it'll still be a so what year with Aaron Rodgers, who got.
Oh, exactly.
And Aaron Rodgers is one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time.
I believe I said that at the beginning of the year. They're going to be a 9-8 team. Their ceiling is going to be like 10-7.
They're rough right now. Now let's put it this way: San Diego playing in their house with
LA.
I mean, yeah, the Chargers. How's that? The Chargers, especially in their house, are great. Not only that, they got a solid defense. The problem, Justin Herbert looks good. He'll throw everybody around there. Their O-line missing two big guys. And even though in this game, Pittsburgh got through and got to Ebert.
It's their tackles too, right?
Yes. Yeah. And Joe Alt, being the big one. And the other guy that was out for the year. And you know what? They're plugging holes right now. So the only thing is, if they had those guys there, I'd say the Chargers would still be in contention to win that division. Mm-hmm. But they're going to be hard-pressed to play a couple of teams that they have coming up with that O-line, because Hubert can't be Superman every week.
No, of course not.
You know what I mean? And the defense will hold them in there. So I still think San Diego will still make the playoffs.
They should. And we got one more, the Monday Nighter.
Yes, we do. The Philadelphia and Green Bay game. Now, can I say one thing about this? This was not the Denver Jets game 10-7.
These were actually two good teams going at it.
Okay, so they're two. I heard it. Oh, yeah, well,
it was, first of all, it was scoreless at halftime.
Did you see some of the shit that went on both sides of the defense?
Sure.
I don't mind good defensive play. Now, there was huge mistakes, like when the guy punched the ball out of freaking Jalen Hurts' arm when they were rushing him for a touchdown.
That was early in the game, wasn't it?
Yeah, that was, and they took like 6-7 minutes off the clock. That's your opening drive score. Look what happened.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So there was a little, you know what I mean? The game within the game things people have forgotten and go, oh, it was only 10-7. You know, and there was a couple weird turnovers. You know what I mean? And Green Bay's wasting their defense, and how come they can't score anymore, which is good for me because they're in my division, so fuck them. But the other side of it is Philly and their offense, even though they're playing, again, it's a great defense, how can you give A.J. Brown only 3 targets in the first half? Give him only, 36 yards? And the man bitching.
13 yards.
13 yards. Oh, I got the number backwards. Sorry.
What were they thinking going on that 4th down to him, too?
Oh, okay.
That's one of the worst play calls I've ever seen in my life.
If karma ever gets you back, sometimes for the rest of the year, that will get you there, because that was arrogance beyond arrogance. You punt the ball with the way that your defense is playing, and the way Green Bay's offense is playing, they have to go at least 60 yards to get a shot at a field goal. Okay? Now, do you put them in a position where they got to get 20 yards to get a field goal? However, he came across as like, hey, my D, man. It was my D. I wasn't worried about that shit. That was my D.
Sirianni you're talking about?
Yeah, you know Sirianni, man. Come on. His balls are freaking, the size of a beach ball.
He almost invites drama. Do you find that?
They're everyone. We're talking about it, aren't we?
But even like the way he interacts with the media and whatever.
Oh yeah, and then he interacts with the fans.
Yeah,
especially fans on the road. I got all of that. But my take on it is, this is a national TV game.
Yes.
This isn't at 1 o'clock on a Sunday where not everybody's going to see it because everybody's watching their team.
This is ESPN. This is Monday Night Football.
Last time I checked, so you've let the whole world. But do you think, I'm going to do this just so they got something to talk about in the morning? Because, of course, you make the 4th and 6. Then you're even.
Oh, you're a hero.
Then you're even a bigger hero. But, like, his attitude was, I have confidence in my D. I say, why stress them out? It was bizarre. And he is a good coach.
He's a great coach.
Okay, when you think about it, what is he? Is he it? Is this no? Who the other guy got fired? He has had 2 Super Bowls, right?
He's been to 2. He's won 1.
Yeah.
I guess he's been to
3 and 1, 2. Who knows? Who was
been to 2, 1, 1. Yeah.
Yeah. Who was the other coach that won when Philadelphia?
He was the one that coached in Jacksonville. What's his name? Oh boy.
We'll forget about it.
Peterson.
Yeah, it was Peterson. Yeah. Peterson won the first.
He was the one that beat the Patriots.
Yeah, he beat the Patriots in the next 2. Yeah, okay, I got you. In any event, that should run through it. That was pretty good.
Well, we do want to touch on the Thursday night game as well, New England versus the Jets.
Okay, now that we're here, because we don't want to miss out on that, New England just proved you just go out and go, hey, when you play football, you beat who's in front of you. This is the classic example. However, I want to thank them very much for that turnover and late field goal so that they could cover the spread.
Well, depending on what book you were at, because I saw some 13.5, some 12.5. I'm like, I called that a Vegas game.
You know what? I didn't even check our pool. Was it 13.5? I think I was. What, they won by 13?
Yeah, they won by 13.
I
saw some 12.5. I saw some 13.5, some books.
Oh, I wonder what ours was. I hope it was 12.5. Because I love the field goal. I said, hey, that's it, the way you do it. But once again, what did it look like? The Jets aren't horrible. The quarterback can't throw a pass for some reason. I can't get to the
Well, and the owner keeps liking to remind us about that, too.
They got a decent O-line. Breece Hall is one of the top 10 rushers in the league. So all can't be wrong. The back end's pretty good. They gave Drake May some issues at times. But when you leave the defense out there long enough and you got Josh Daniels calling the play, I was never concerned. Josh McDaniels. I was never concerned about, that's McDaniels, but put the M on the MC and those guys. In any event, I was never worried about New England not winning.
No, absolutely not. Against the Jets? Come on.
Yeah. But
the only time the Jets had our number was like 15 years ago.
Yeah, whenever that. And that wasn't always. There were some good games in that era, though.
I remember. I left a little heartbroken, but
I bet you were. In any event, when you look at New England, they got the bye this week, or they've already had their bye.
Well, they played on Thursday, but next week you're saying?
Yeah, have they already had their bye? Because they're
they still have to have it. And they actually play next Sunday as well.
I think they got one of the last byes. But think about that. You're 9-2 with a bye.
Yeah, week 14 is their bye.
Yeah. Okay. Well, just think about that. You're 9-2, and you still have a bye. What kind of party are you going to have in that week to freaking pull the team together?
Woo!
Good for them. Something a lot of teams should be doing, but that's in all sports, but that's another story. As I said before at the start of the show, in our power rankings, I can't see New England not winning the division.
Definitely not at this point. I mean, they're definitely not going to blow it at this point.
No, they can't. You know what I'm saying? Is there any other things around the leagues that caught your eye this week?
Not really. How about you?
Okay, what am I going to say here? There was something, I'm sorry, people, I was just looking at my notes because there was something I wanted to say about what was going on there. But anyways, I think part of it is, 2 weeks ago they said they have the worst slate in football, and then last week we had all those crazy games, so which we can verify, that's why they call it any given Sunday. Mm-hmm. But if you're a football fan, take a look at the slate this week.
Oh, great slate of games.
This is one of the better slates that I have seen in quite some time. You know what I mean? And the ramifications of some of the positioning that will happen all around the league concerning playoff spots. Because people have to start thinking about, did I beat you? So when I'm in the wild card, do I get the bye?
Yeah, thinking about tiebreakers.
The tiebreakers. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of these games are going to affect even tiebreakers, which is just amazing. You know what I mean? That's why we watch football.
That is why. Ready to get to our picks against the spread?
Yes, let's go.
So we will begin with Madrid. We have Washington at Miami. I mean, technically it's Washington at Miami, but neutral site. Miami's favored by 2.5. I got the Dolphins.
Is this the first time this year you're taking them? Or they burn you early in the year and you didn't go back?
This might be the first time.
I haven't heard you do the Dolphins in a while. You know what I'm saying? But I take the Dolphins.
Both on Miami. Carolina at Atlanta. Atlanta favored by 3.5 at home. I'm on Carolina.
What is it? It's in Atlanta, isn't it?
It is.
I'm taking Atlanta. At home, they're better.
I'm sorry for you.
Carolina. Is Bryce even playing?
I don't think it matters.
Okay.
Tampa Bay at Buffalo. Buffalo's favored by 5.5 at home. I think Buffalo wins, but I think Tampa covers.
I think that it's going to be a little colder up here than it is in Tampa. They're not having. They're running on a slicker track, and Buffalo's going to right the ship, and they're going to get a late touchdown, and they're going to probably win like 28-21.
Okay.
I'm taking Buffalo.
LA Chargers at the Jacksonville Jaguars. Chargers favored by 2.5 on the road. I'm on LA.
I speak that highly of them, then I'm going to have to take them. But this game scares me. The old West Coast team traveling to the East Coast, and we've seen what the Chargers have done twice this year, going west to east. So it scares me. And the Jags are whatever. And if the Jags lose this game, they're basically out of it.
Oh, they're toast.
They're absolutely. Yeah. So you know what? I got to put that. I bet you by the time I get to the pool, I'll take the Jags.
But you're on the Chargers for now?
I'm on the Chargers.
Chicago at Minnesota. Minnesota's favored by 2.5 at home. I'm on the Vikings.
100%. 100%. You know why? Because that puts them further away from the Lions. That's how I look at it. This is
one division game at home.
Yeah, I'm saying. And well, I wouldn't be surprised if Chicago pulled it out, but I think that this is going to be a low-scoring game.
I agree with that.
I don't know would you see the over-under? What's the over-under say?
Let's quickly check.
47.5?
48.5.
Oh, I should be.
Take the under?
What's that? I'm thinking taking the under, yeah.
Green Bay at the New York Giants. Green Bay's favored by 6.5 on the road. I'm all over Green Bay.
If they don't win this game, this will be like what's worse in the NFL, except for maybe what the Dallas Cowboys have done this year. What's going to be worse than this?
Well, I mean, with Jameis Winston, like he's an all-out guy.
I'm
but he's going to be throwing picks.
It's going to be exciting.
Yes, it will
be an exciting game. You know what I mean? But LaFleur's going to have to open up the offense. And who's Jordan Love going to have to throw to? Ever since he's lost his tight end, what's his name?
Kraft.
That's been a big hurt for them.
What about the rookie? They never throw it to him.
Because most of the time he's double covered now, and they're not confident enough that he's going to go up and get the ball himself.
Fair enough.
Goldie, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. And Christian Watson's always hurt. And Dobbs is not doing enough. He's been hobbled. So who does he throw to? I don't care. It's Green Bay. Let's put it simple. You know what I mean?
Cincinnati at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh's favored by 5.5 at home. I'm taking Cincinnati. They are coming off their bye week.
This game intrigued me too, and Joe Burrow was at practice this week.
Oh. I don't know if he's going to play, though. Do you?
I think that he wants to show the team he's got the money. I got to be out there to playing. That's the word around the campfire.
Okay, so you're on Cincy?
What's that?
Cincinnati, then, you're on?
What, at home?
On the road.
Nah, they're going to eat Joe Flacco for breakfast. Taking Pittsburgh all day. They win by 10.
No way. Houston at Tennessee. Houston's favored by 5.5 on the road. I was going to take Houston, but then Tennessee coming off a bye week. I think they can at least cover.
This is one of the, even though these teams aren't going nowhere, when you got to pick the games, this is one of those ones where you go, I don't know. But
it's just because of that spread, 5.5. I'm not confident in Houston covering that.
It's another game. I think the over-under is probably about 42. What does it say? Can I get close again?
37.5.
40. I knew it was going to be low. So that being said, I think that it's going to be one of those 17-10 games. And Houston, their defense is too good. They're going to kill the rookie.
So you think Houston?
Yeah, taking Houston.
San Francisco to Arizona. San Francisco's favored by 3.5 on the road. Cardinals are fucking shit. I'm going to take the 49ers.
Brock Purdy's starting?
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. So I'm going to take San Francisco too.
Here's the big one that we were hyping up before. Seattle at the LA Rams. LA is favored by 3.5 at home. I'm on Seattle.
You don't have to ask me who I'm taking, do you?
Your boy Stafford.
Thank you very much. You know, I predict this. I bet you that LA beats them by more than 10.
Wow.
You heard it here first. They beat them by 10.
Baltimore at Cleveland. Baltimore is favored by 7.5 on the road. I'm on the Ravens.
Yeah, they'll probably win by about 10 because they're those divisional matchups. You know what I mean? And Cleveland's proud and they're at home.
And Cleveland can't score.
No, exactly. And every game it seems to be that they brought in a guy and moved a couple guys around. That Baltimore's defense has gotten better since after the atrocities of the first 5 games were insane. But if you watch them, especially if you look at their that's when you kind of look at numbers. Look with them over the last 5 games. You compound it for a whole season, they're still down in the pack. But the last 5 games, their defense has played ridiculously better.
Kansas City at Denver, our last division matchup. Kansas City is favored by 3.5 on the road. Coming off a bye week, I'm on KC all day.
I'm on Andy Reid.
There you go.
22-4.
Coming off a bye?
Coming off a bye. Kansas City absolutely has to win this game because if they don't and other people win, they'll be a threat not to get a wild card.
That's true.
You know what I mean? Because where are they? Presently not in the playoffs.
Only a game out, though.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But if they lose and the right people win today, that'll put them 2 games behind. But they've got a bunch of division games, and they got Denver twice. They got San Diego again. They got the Raiders.
LA, you mean?
Oh, yeah. Did I say San Diego again?
Yeah, you did.
I think that you've just jinxed me now into saying it forever.
I don't know about that. And our Sunday nighter, this is a game that I will not be missing. Detroit at Philadelphia. Philly's favored by 2.5 at home, but I'm on Detroit.
Thank you. I'm scared of this game, but, we do pretty well on primetime games.
You do.
You know what I mean? And we're on the road, and we seem to be a little bit more cohesive than Philadelphia right now. But I hope when we do this, and if my brother's listening, I hope we come out throwing the ball because it's very, very tough to run against that Philadelphia defense. Mm-hmm. And we got Sonic and Knuckles, but what I would do is I'd loosen it up with the play action. Go look for Jameson like you are, and I bet you MCDC's got that in the back of his mind. I expect some tricks tonight from both sides because, Coach on Philly, he's not going to be upstaged on national TV with somebody pulling stunts on him. So I think Philly's going to be having a few tricks up their sleeve. I think it's going to be a great game.
I think so, too.
Yep.
Hoping so. And last,
you know what? Before we go,
we got one more.
Okay, but before we go on this, people don't understand. You see what I'm wearing again today? Okay. I've been a Lions fan for so long.
Whoa, I thought you were a disciple.
Well, disciple, whatever. That's how excited I am that we get, say 5 years ago or 10 years ago, us getting a national TV game on a Sunday night that was this big. I would go now. We'd be playing Tennessee usually. God bless Lions, one pride.
And last but not least, the Monday nighter, Dallas at Las Vegas. Dallas is favored by 3.5 on the road. I'm all over the Cowboys here, coming off a bye week especially.
The Dallas Cowboys should now have a thing where we could erase them off TV. Why are they, in this respect, wherever you go, wherever you talk, wherever you see it, and you even see it online, why do the Dallas Cowboys get so much goddamn press?
Because they're the biggest team in the NFL.
Listen, I want to talk about the teams that are going to do something. I don't watch soap operas. I don't watch rom-coms.
Well, too bad, because you're watching sports, the biggest soap opera there is.
Best reality show on television.
There you go.
No doubt about it. But I'm just saying the Cowboys should win this game, and if they don't, they'll be like another team that's closer to this city that's got to do something pretty soon, too.
Oh, gee, who are you talking about there?
What's the lacrosse team? Stanley has reared his head. Oh, by the way, everybody out there, I want to wish my Stanley a happy 3rd birthday.
You don't look a day over 2.
There you go.
Anything else you want to add for football?
No, but it should be a great week. I know what I'm doing. I'm not moving anywhere.
That's absolutely amazing.
I'm looking forward to you asking me at the end, so what are you looking most forward to watching?
So you alluded to the Dallas Cowboys of the NHL. I believe that's the Toronto Maple Leafs, and that'll take us right to our Toronto Maple Leafs report.
Oh, my God. What's going on with you guys?
It was quite the crazy week. So Matthews and Stolarz get hurt in Boston. Fuck Zadorov.
Okay, we'll get to that.
Stolarz leaving mysteriously after first intermission. Kempf got cut from the team officially.
And they
walking away from all that money, which is
terminating
nuts.
His contract.
Yeah.
Insane.
Going back to Europe?
No, someone's going to pick him up. Be a 4th liner. There's a few teams need a grinder like him.
I don't think he's that good anymore.
Okay. I've never seen him again. I'm not going to be sad.
And then Joe Wall's going to be back tonight, looks like.
Well, that's the thing. But, I mean, that's come on. And when I think about the Toronto Maple Leafs, I go, oh, yes, the pizza delivery defensemen, the clusterfuck forwards, and what's going on with your goaltending.
Well, you know what the rumored issue is, right?
What's that?
The locker room's a mess.
Oh, that's, yeah. Tavares is trying to do damage control. God bless him. You know what I mean? But Willie's telling, hey, I'm going to be Willie.
Well, that's Willie being Willie. That's not going to change.
Okay, so a couple of times he's on the ice for things that happen up the middle because he's going the other way. Last time I checked, he's top 5 in the league in scoring.
He is.
Okay, so what are you going to do? Someone's got to score in that team. What the problem with the Leafs is that they're not showing enough energy. In my opinion, the line you don't break up is you put Domi, McMahon, and Robertson out there, and you put them out every other while. Give them some ice time. So
you're getting away from the issue, though. It's like these guys don't look like they're playing for each other.
Oh, Exhibit A.
Brandon Carlo.
Well, if you
you look at his numbers last year to this year, it's insane how much of a drop-off he's having.
First round draft choice in Minton.
In Minton, yeah.
Okay, I'll take it one step further. Wasn't he on the ice when Zadorov drilled frickin' Matthews? How come nobody goes after him? Domi tried to fight later. I've seen the game. Some guy cheap-shotted frickin' Gauthier in a game on Anaheim. Mm-hmm. They came in like a pack of wolves. See Draisaitl the other night when they tried to take a cheap shot at frickin' McDavid? He had a guy in a headlock. When did frickin' Draisaitl join the WWE? Oh, somebody freaking the other night, the Devils were taking shots at Bedard. Someone knocked him on his ass. I didn't see so many Blackhawks on that guy at a blink of an eye. Macklin Sabrini gets on the ice. If you take a swing on him, do you see those big defensemen on San Jose? You don't get dirty with Macklin Sabrini because they got a couple beasts back there. They're going to go headhunting for you. Now let's get back to the Toronto Maple Leafs. When do you see that?
No, you don't.
How many years has it been going on? Buddy, when you're on the ice and you're one of the best players in the league, and that was a bullshit shot. I don't even know why he didn't get a penalty, or did he?
No, he didn't.
And then at least Matthews had the gumption to go up and try to take a shot at him, which is not Matthews' character. And who ends up trying to do something? A guy that's 6 inches shorter and 50 pounds lighter. Come on, Toronto, what's going on? You got up. Okay,
let's just say it's time to rebuild. Blow it up.
Wow. Okay, so I'm going to give you something to think about. You guys win 3 games in a row, you're back in first place. Didn't you say we wait till Thanksgiving Day, or are you just saying that
I'm just being a little bit of a prick right now. The tanking from McKenna, that's like, if that wasn't on the back of my mind, I'd be lying.
Oh, okay, because what have you seen? Now you guys are 1 game under 500, right?
I believe so.
Okay, but here's the worst thing.
They lost against LA in overtime, so I think we're still 500.
Okay. In any event, yeah, I think you're right. But in any event, one of the things that you can't deny, and we've discussed this for years, is goals against. Worst in the league.
Insane.
No team makes the playoffs when you are the worst goals against team in the league. It just doesn't happen. What's their goal differential right now?
They are
modest.
-4.
I was just going to say, modest, considering they're the league give up the most.
Well, they're one of the highest scoring teams in the league, too, which is the funny part.
There you go. But, you can't play pond hockey. You know what it is? They play pond hockey too slow.
Yeah. They
need some energy. They need some moving forward. Now, when I heard that there might be some kind of dissension in the hockey, in the dressing room, where nobody's saying nothing, but nobody's alluding to it. Nobody's ducking it. Okay? So that's one of the things that I think will affect the team. I hope nobody's watching television right now that lives in Toronto that plays for the Leafs, because it's gloom and doom every day, and the Grim Reaper's just around the corner. You know what I mean? And it's only 17 games in, people. Aren't we supposed to wait till Thanksgiving Day? 18. I always say the 20-game mark, which is after this weekend right now.
But if we lose to Chicago tonight, big trouble.
That's not, you know what, losing to Chicago, do you see their home record this year?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're going into Chicago on a Saturday night when the city's getting hyped about their team again. Oh, and their back end, they're young, but they're flying around. You know what I mean? And who's the puck carrier on your team?
Like on defense?
On defense.
I don't know.
Number one problem with the Toronto, every team, like I said, honestly, and I gave you the text.
Because Riley doesn't look like he's that guy.
He doesn't look like the old Riley at all. Something's gone wrong there. But I'm going to take it one step further here, When you're, I will be realistic. I've watched since Monday to Friday 15 hockey games easily. Well, look at this setup.
Sure.
You know what's getting better at, though, because I did the other night, and I do it even more since you guys have been here. I put the sound on 2 games.
Yeah, I know.
I put the sound.
That's your move.
Yeah, no, because you know what I mean. You catch it. There's commercials. It's better to have the sound on 2 games because you know what, in basketball you can see the dudes. You know what they're doing. I don't have to. I don't have to hear that shit. I don't have to hear a football game. Hockey, you got to hear because there's a lot of players I don't really know. But on every team that I've been watching, you look around the league. Just look at some of the teams that are at the top. Montreal, even though Lane Hudson's been struggling lately, they got other guys like Matheson and Dobson to bring it out. Look at the Devils. Their defense is stellar. Look at Dallas. Look at Colorado.
The Leafs double down on old and slow defensemen last couple years is not paying off.
But they weren't supposed to be slow. Carlo's not supposed to be slow.
But they're aging. That's the issue.
The piece is Tanev. That's how obvious, you know. And even though he wasn't playing,
but even when he was in the lineup, it wasn't like he was helping them. Like he wasn't like Superman.
He wasn't playing his best hockey, but he was still playing 22 minutes and staying on the plus side of the freaking ledger. And not only that, he had a little element of toughness that you have completely void on this team right now. Besides Ty Domi, I seen Robertson trying to mix it up the other night, and I said, "What are you, bait?"
I don't know. Like, nothing's been going right for the team, even in goaltending. Like,
oh, your goaltending's the biggest problem. You better hope that Joe Wall comes back in and steadies the ship, because one of the key things last year.
I mean, I think that's a piece of the puzzle. I don't think he's gonna come here and save the team and like,
nothing.
Jump on, boys. I'm carrying us to the whatever number 2 or number 3 seed, whatever.
Okay, but you got to get the rudder straight. Okay,
yeah.
All right. So when you look at it that way, and once again, what are we saying? Look at the standings. Montreal has just played their worst hockey this week. The Devils got one stolen from them, so that's points out that both teams should have had that would have put them up a little bit further, which really helped you at this 20-game point. Because if you look in the last 10 years, at the 20-game point, the conference was never this tight.
No.
Ever. Like, you look at it right now, like, even Florida and Tampa down there, what are they, 6 points out of freaking first place? There's only one team under 500.
In the division, you're saying?
Yeah, no, in the Eastern Conference.
Oh, in the Eastern Conference.
One team is under 500. Maybe 2.
Well,
Toronto.
I mean, the more matters for the division. Like, Florida, like, for all their struggles, they're only 3 points back of Montreal for first.
Thank you very much. And we just blew 2 games, and how are we looking? You know, there's in Montreal, they're losing their minds right now.
That's insane. I mean, -1 goal differential, so I can kind of see why.
What's that?
-1 goal differential for Montreal. Yeah.
Look what we've given up in the last week. We gave up 12 goals and scored 1.
No, the Atlantic Division's been a mess. Like, Boston's a +1, Tampa's a +1, Ottawa's even. That's the best.
Okay, but, that's the way the game has been played. But if you think about this, you look at the last 10 years, especially with Toronto making the playoffs this year, doesn't it look like the standings are upside down?
They don't exactly look like they're supposed to.
Okay, who's at the top? Montreal, Ottawa, New Jersey.
In the Atlantic, Montreal, Ottawa, Boston.
Yeah, okay. And what a remarkable turnaround for Boston. You know what I mean? I can't believe this, and I hate those, but please. You know what I mean? But, hey, they've got 2 kids in the back end that bring the puck out. And they still have, what's his name? What's the defenseman in Boston?
McAvoy?
Yeah, McAvoy still, like, he's a leader on the back end. You go around the league, and you will find at least a guy or two that just, it is, making the 10-foot pass, so to speak. Just doing shit like that. Mm-hmm. And because the Leafs gave up what? 9 breakaways in 2 games, 12-3? Wait a second here. Some teams don't give up 12 breakaways in 10 games. You know what I mean? But I think you guys give up 12 breakaways.
It's ugly.
In 3 games. What's going on?
Our power play's a mess.
Oh, who's quarterbacking it?
I thought it was supposed to be Riley.
I think that you should put, even though he's not having his best season, at least he can move the puck a bit, is
Ekman Larson? He was getting reps there before. I don't know if they're going to keep him there, though.
He's the one guy that does pick up the puck and get it up there quicker than all the other guys. I did notice that about him. But you guys coming out of the back end, you don't need anybody. Someone that just watched hockey would look and watch 3 games in a Leaf, and the first thing they'll say is, how come they can't get the puck to center ice? And another thing is, if you're going to chase and dump, go get it. But I don't think the guy coming up the middle has put the puck in. I mean, Tavares isn't having a bad season.
No, offensively, he's having a great season.
They're saying, well, Tavares was never really fast, so when the team's playing slow, is it more obvious that he's not? I'm going, no. Johnny's been a great player. So you play within context. I think Matthew Nice, you guys should definitely shoot more. You guys start looking for everybody, but that's another problem. 2 problems around the league. Guys looking for guys when they should be shooting, and that ill paisan pass in their own end zone.
No Paisan pass.
Oh, you see,
The one like back around the boards to the other
the one
side.
you turn around and you drop it to the guy. Like, did you see the shorthanded goal that Vancouver scored last night against Carolina?
No.
And they got two good defensemen bringing out on Carolina too. It was one of those ones where you dropped the play back, but you didn't know exactly where the guy took
the drop back pass.
The drop back pass, but Peterson was right there, breakaway score. But that's another story. But anyways, there's too much of that in the league, which tells you that sometimes the fundamentals get lost and not have enough preseason. But then the other argument is if you have too much preseason, what does it use? Everybody's ready when they go to camp. So what do you think the solution is for the Toronto Maple Leafs?
I don't think there is an easy solution. They just got to dig in. Like, hey, this is the guys you got. Like, okay, fine. Like, I know they're looking at Rasmus Anderson, but that's going to cost a lot to get him. That's like Benoit plus to get a guy like that.
I'd break the bank and go somewhere crazier because I seen him playing Calgary. He's okay.
Well, and also, Calgary doesn't like train Toronto since we have their old GM, so we're going to have to pay the tax there.
Oh, point well taken. But no, I don't think if I was going, I'd break the bank on somebody, but you can't because you can't give away your 2028 first-round draft choice.
Oh, agreed.
You know what I mean? You don't have one in 26 and you don't have one in 27.
Nope.
And one of them is going to say Carlo, and if Minton breaks out, and Minton's looking good in Boston, by the way.
Well, one of those goals shouldn't have counted.
Well, whatever the case may be, he's got 6 goals, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. How many forwards on the Leaf have 6 goals? You're top ended though. Your offense is top ended. But I really do believe that you guys should play Domi, McMahon, and Robertson a little bit more. Give them more ice time. You know what I mean? Especially when you guys get into penalty situations and power play, they don't get on the ice.
Well, the problem is now the lineup's a little bit of a mess because you don't have Matthews. So like all of a sudden you got to have Tavares, Nylander, and Nyes all playing together.
Then you better. I would go with that because you got a certified guys. Then put those other guys out there because they might get more ice time. They're showing energy. Now Domi isn't having the greatest year. Okay, I think that he should, you know what I mean, that they were saying. I think he can play a little bit better offensively. But Robertson should get more chances, and McMahon's been flying out there. You know what I mean?
They've been playing well.
Yeah, that's your energy line. And what's the problem with the Toronto Maple Leafs? No energy.
I'm going to tell you how I think this season's going to go. It's going to be a fucking grind till game 82 for the Leafs. They're going to barely make it in as like the 7 or 8 seed. They're going to carry that momentum. They're going to beat someone. They're going to upset for the first round of the playoffs. But then they're going to get swept in the second round.
Wow, that sounds like an old man Cruz kind of long-term prognostication. I think you guys are in trouble.
That's how I'm worried the season's going to go.
I thought you had to win one of these games this week. I really did. And the effort is sometimes, like, really, the other night against, the way you lost to L.A.
Brutal. We blew a 2-goal lead.
17 shots on goal.
Oh, my God.
Time of possession, which you usually don't talk about in hockey, was the ice was tilted this way. You know what I mean? At home, with a slew of games that you've had the most comfortable, most comfortable schedule in the NHL to start the season. Toronto Maple Leafs. So games that you should have banked or points that you should have had, it's going to be much harder when you go on the road. But
For sure.
I heard the best thing, and I don't know, one of the guys on Overdrive, I think it was Jamie McClellan, said this. You know how you solve this problem? You got to have a road trip coming up. Better hope it's a 5-gamer. After the first game, win or lose, all go out together and get drunk.
Oh, agreed.
You know what I mean? Like, something has to be done.
Team building.
You got it. Whatever it's going to be, because something is drastically missing in something about the Leafs. And you know what? I think that it's getting to a point now where at times, even though he won big trophies and stuff and hasn't done anything, Austin Matthews is going to be the most maligned athlete in this city in just a matter of time. And I don't think that's fair.
I don't know if I buy that. We'll see.
He's got to come back. They're already talking about a season. He's not having a bad season, and now he's injured, and they're saying again. You know what I mean? That kind of stuff. I think it'd be
that was
back
a dirty hit, though.
It was. I couldn't believe it. But my point is, I don't mean to lurk on it. Someone should have just went up to take a 2-minute penalty. Just gone up and said, "Listen, you motherfucker, bang, do it." You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying in a dirty kind of way, but you got to let this guy know, because what are people coming in the league thinking when they come and play Toronto?
Yeah, we're soft.
Oh, yeah. And what's the worst reputation you can have in sports as a hockey
being
team?
soft.
There you go. There you go.
So we'll see where the Leafs go this week, especially tonight in Chicago.
I'm not.
Should be a fun one.
I'm taking Chicago, by the way.
I knew you would. How about your Habs?
We definitely have a little bit of a clusterfuck problem at the Bell Center this week. A lot of it has to do with the goaltending situation, which suddenly took a left turn in the middle of nowhere. Okay, you know what I mean? One taken out. Everybody's saying Dobish after that game when he got emotional, whatever went on, and him and St. Louis, maybe it wasn't handled right, and he got on the ice, and he was all like, I better do this. And the first 3 goals, he looked like a freaking Frosty the Snowman. You know what I mean? He wasn't his usual self. I seen the game, and then things got out of hand. And then I think they got to go back to Montalban tonight, because then when they brought him back against the Dallas game, that's what I'm saying, 7-0 in our house, Jimmy. Now, let me tell you this much. In the last 10 games, Dallas got their house in order. They're good. They're a very good team. But you don't get beat 7-0 at home.
No matter who it is.
No matter who it is in the season that we're having. Lane Hudson's having a little bit, because I'm going to tell you this much. One of the things that's going to happen, and you always talk about it in the playoffs, and I see it around the league, is big matters. Big,
for sure.
Big always matters. So I've noticed that, and I know he'll make adjustments. He's getting hit a little bit more, but Bedard got hit a little bit more, gets hit a little bit more. The smaller guys get hit a little bit more. You're playing in the NHL. You're not playing in the OHL.
Well, yes and no. So, because some of the young guys, or some of the small guys, I should say, who are there in the NHL, it's because they're there because they can escape contact.
I've seen Bedard take some pretty good, like guys were knocking him down and shit, in context of the play. Because sometimes you're just going to be in traffic.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Now, that's one of the great things I find about Cole Caulfield. He's obviously gone to the lower end of the Sidney Crosby, keep your balance on the ground, because he pushes guys off the puck and he doesn't get pushed. Neither does Bedard. Bedard doesn't. I seen him get flat out knocked down by Dillon. Coming across, he tried to duck, and Dillon just gave him. There was no penalty on the play because it was a pretty clean check. But Dillon's a little bit bigger than Bedard.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that shit goes on. And so Montreal's just going to clean up like that, because one of the things about the Habs is we're not big. We're still not big.
Yeah.
But we're not soft.
No.
You know what I mean? And there's something to be said. And I'm not one of these kind of guys, but you got to think about it in this context, is that it's nice to have an Aberjackie on your team.
Aberjackie, you mean?
Yeah, and he's not hurting us on the ice. And we got Gooley gone. Newhook just broke his ankle.
Ooh.
And who else have we got? Somebody else. I think our guy Kirby Doc got a little hangnail again the other night. So, you know what I mean? Which takes away from our depth center. But I'm saying Montreal, we should be fine. You know why? Because speed kills, and we still skate with the best of them.
You worried about Boston tonight?
What's that? I think this is where we right the ship. Saturday night at Bell Center.
Boston's on a heater, though.
Someone's got to stop it. You know what I mean? I say Saturday night, Montreal, Boston, Montreal. And I'll be nervous all night because I'm going to a Jeff Beck tribute.
Oh, nice.
So I'll be looking around in my head like, maybe I'm going to try to do, just go down by myself and come back, and nobody will say nothing about hockey, and I'll get home at about midnight.
Yeah.
And I won't know the score.
Anything else you want to add for hockey before we get to Team Canada watch?
I just want to go quickly around the league. Very, very quickly. If we're going to talk about the 20-game mark, we got to shout out huge to...
well, it's not the 20-game mark yet. But.
Okay, by the time we get there, whatever, Thanksgiving Day, I just want to shout out to the teams that I think that are just absolutely, I go, wow, is Colorado Rockies.
Avalanche.
Colorado Avalanche. They just play great hockey. The Devils can be beat, but the Devils are a very good hockey team, and I know you had wanted to give them no credit whenever they're not your favorite team.
Oh, no, I was wrong about them. I'll admit it.
Yeah, they're a very, very... But the Jack Hughes just got hurt. Some weird accident at hand. Like, there's another guy, he's only played 70 games once in his...
I know.
Once in his career.
I know.
And this is his 7th year.
It's concerning.
I'd say so. You know what I mean? But in any event, I think they're good. I've been praising Vegas like crazy. I don't know about them. They got to straighten out the ship, because I think what's happening is those Anaheim is a good hockey team. Joel Quenneville is back behind the bench. They got Dostal. They got 2 good young defensemen. They can score. They can skate. They're a very surprising team. I'm going to say they'll 100% make the playoffs. You had them making the playoffs, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
That's a great call, because what we're talking about here is some of the old school are getting met by the new kids on the block. And what it does is get some entertaining hockey. Like, if you look at Vegas's last 3 games, I think 2 of them went to overtime. And who'd they play? Like
they've gone to overtime a lot. Their record's 7-4-5.
Yeah, and I've seen some of those. Yeah, 7-4-5. That's 5
And they've lost 4 in a row now.
Yeah, and overtime losses, right? 5 overtime losses, right?
Yeah, 5 overtime losses. They've lost 4 in a row, 2 in overtime, 2 in regulation.
Yeah, and one of them was scored with 90 seconds left in the game. So, I don't know. I think they're a good team, but I think they're a little bit like they sometimes you see them in the first period, they go, they can't lose this game, and all of a sudden someone puts something in the third period. I still think they got to work their lines out a little bit better.
Sure.
I think Shea Theodore is whatever, but we'll get to that in a minute. But if you look around, and you know it's really crazy because I'm retired and I can do this. Sometimes they say it for years, West Coast games just seem a little faster.
Yeah, something about the Western Conference has always kind of been like that.
Yeah, they skate around. They're fun to watch. Now, sometimes it gets to pond hockey point. Yeah, I don't like when it gets that far, but the hockey's been good.
Absolutely. So, Team Canada watch now?
100%.
All right. So where do you stand?
Okay, so now the thing in Canada right now is because we're such a hockey-obsessed nation, everywhere you go, everyone's saying who should be playing for Team Canada, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so the first 6 guys that we have on the team, I'm not going to say anything about them. Marchand wasn't one of them, right?
No, he wasn't.
Okay, so first thing I'm going to say is I'm going to take away my Marchand bias now because when I see him in the lineup, the way he's been playing,
he has to be on the team.
He has to be on the team. There's no doubt about it. So I'm going to leave him alone. However, as we look around it, I'm going to say, is it the old school against the new school, or is it what style of hockey do you want to play? Now, we're on
it's not about any of that nonsense and that bullshit. It's just taking the best 23, or was it? Let me do quick math. 25.
Okay.
Best 25 players.
Okay, the best 25 players that are playing at this moment, right?
Well, I mean, okay.
Wait,
with a little bit of a caveat, because it's not just about like 20 games, because that's a small sample size.
Okay, I got you. So
there's a little bit of
gray area
wiggle room there. Yeah.
Gray area. Okay, so right now what I'm saying is this. Okay, now you got to take one away, you got to put one on. Okay, so Mark Stone, I haven't seen you play hockey. Whatever leader you are, you got to come on, hit the ice, show me what you can get. Zach Hyman too. Love Zach Hyman. Hasn't played a game.
No, Zach Hyman's not going to make the team.
They're saying McDavid has the influence.
Says who?
I don't know.
I don't know. These TSN guys never seem to have their teams right, so I don't know.
I'm glad about that, but they were also talking about it on the other night, one of the Yank channels.
I'm not buying Hyman on the team.
Wait.
McDavid didn't have influence for 4 nations?
Okay, so I'm going to put it to you this way then. So you got to take, who are you going to take off to put on? So right away, I got 2 guys that are supposedly going to go on the team, and first of all, Macklin Celebrini is going on this team. I don't give a damn. Now, I agree. Seth Jarvis, was he on the team? Some seasons
he was
on or not? He got some kind of injury last night. I'm worried about that. Somewhere up around his head.
Injury aside, if he's good to go, he's going to be on the team.
100% he should be on there. The next question is going to be what do we do about Connor Bedard?
It's tough, but right now I have him outside looking in.
Okay, the reason being is only because Celebrini can play left wing. Isn't that what it is? Something like that?
Well, and also, I have Scheifele on the team too right now.
Oh, I'm going to get to him too. Yes, I think that Scheifele should be on the team too. So who are you taking off?
Bennett.
Sam Bennett's
Bennett and Konechny.
Okay, so that means we got to make room for Tom Wilson.
Yes, agreed.
Okay. So I guess we're getting pretty close on this, aren't we?
Yeah. I have Hagel, you don't though.
No,
Hagel had that bad start, but he's picked it up.
I've seen a couple.
Look at his numbers.
I don't know.
What does that mean?
Some nights I'm questioning Braden Point.
Well, he's a lock. He's already on the team.
And he'll play better when he gets there. I've seen a lot of Tampa Bay games. They're like the girl with the curl on her forehead. Let me tell you, I seen them one night and I see them another night and I go, oh my God. Are they aging? Don't worry, they're going to be there in the end. And sometimes I swear, are these a sandbagging motherfucker?
Okay, we're not talking about Tampa Bay. We're talking about Canada.
Okay, but anyways, that's why Brandon Point's a thing there.
Braden Point.
Cirelli.
He's on the team.
100%? Oh, no.
Fourth line center?
Okay, so what if we had 4 centers and Crosby's going to move to the wing? Let's just say Crosby's moving to the wing.
That's what sounds like it's going to happen.
Okay, so who we got up the middle? McKinnon?
Yep. McDavid. Cirelli.
And who?
Point's an option down the middle. Scheifele's an option down the middle.
Celebrini.
Celebrini.
Okay, well, then I'll take Scheifele and Celebrini. They're playing the best hockey. I'll take both of those guys there, which means Brandon Point's going to move to the wing, and I can live with that.
Braden
Point, I can live with that, which means Marchand's going to be playing on a wing, but if we need be, he can play in center. So we're good.
Marchand keep him left wing.
Oh, I agree 100%, especially in this hockey.
But you don't have Mark Stone on the team either.
No.
So who do you have on the team then? Horvat, Suzuki?
Oh, yeah, Suzuki should be on the team. But I got too many players now? I think Horvat should be on the team because of his two-way play.
Okay, then there you go. That's your 14, I guess.
Yeah, what, do you have Horvat on yours?
Horvat, Bedard, Suzuki are my three, like, just outside.
Suzuki's got to be on it. I forgot to mention him because he could be one of our centers up the middle. What if he's our fourth-line center? Because I think Suzuki.
If he makes the team, I won't argue with that.
I think he's pretty well a lock. Because of his two,
I wouldn't go that
games.
far yet.
So, no, let's
just
go.
Because why? Just because Hockey Canada doesn't like Scheifele?
They don't like either guy. They frown on. You hear it everywhere. They frown on Suzuki.
I mean, both were invited to camp, though.
Which was a good thing. Yeah. Okay, but what I'm saying is they're both frowned upon by Hockey Canada for different reasons.
Agreed.
One is because one is committed and one is attitude.
Yeah.
Okay, but you can't deny Scheifele this year. I don't give a shit. You see him playing. Winnipeg's not terrible. Okay, they're
very good.
Okay, and they're not going to start 15-1 every season. Scheifele should be on the team.
Are we disrespecting Quentin Byfield, not talking about him?
Oh, boo. He'll be there next time. He's a very, very...
His numbers are good.
And he's big, and he can skate. I'm glad you brought his name up because there's another kid out there somewhere that we could talk about. But I'm really glad you brought him up because his name's come up on the LA guys because they're talking about who's going to play on different teams, and they brought up Byfield. He'd be a great addition to the team, but who does he replace?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But I like his size, and I like his guile. And his last 10, you seen him the other night.
There you go.
You know, and I see a lot of West Coast games. I like him. He's one of my, like, he's not, I don't love him like Celebrini, but I definitely have my Byfield love. Be interesting because we're going to have to change the guard anyway.
Eventually,
but, you know.
Well, this is the last dance for Crosby and Marchand.
Oh,
a bag
load. And one of the reasons they were saying that Scheifele should get on the team is because in 4 years now, he probably won't have the opportunity due to his age. Celebrini's going to have a bunch of chances.
But Scheifele's still like a generation kind of like after Crosby. So if there is another Olympics,
you think he gets as long as he maintains the production that he's doing now. But anyways, good. How's that happens? Cheering for Scheifele, which I never thought we'd do because we're over here, but that's another story.
How about defense?
Oh, well,
so McCarr's already a lock.
And Taves.
Well, not technically.
Okay.
McCarr's already been named to the team, I'm saying.
So guess who? He's going to play with.
He'll be there.
Mm-hmm. You got it. No, because you know what I mean. They know where they are on the ice, and you watch a lot of Colorado. He's the quintessential shit you never see in the
box score.
100%. You know, he's 1967 stay-at-home defenseman.
We both have Thomas Harley.
Oh yeah.
Do you have Parayko?
Keep going.
Shea Theodore.
Keep going.
Drew Doughty.
Keep going.
I have Travis Sanheim still making the team.
I have Sanheim making the team too, yeah.
And then number 8, it's a little bit tougher, but I think I got Montour.
Oh, Montour for sure.
Yeah.
Montour's in my 8. So I'm going to look around and I'm going to be really bold. First of all, I think Noah Dobson should get a shot at this game.
He's my number 9 right now.
Okay, I'm going to go.
Him and Morrissey.
Morrissey, didn't you have Morrissey on that list?
No.
Oh, Morrissey's in. Take one of those guys out. Morrissey's in for sure. You don't have Morrissey on that list. Morrissey's in for sure. He'll take one of those guys out. Theodore's going to get there because of experience, but I've seen Theodore play this year, and I'm going, I seen him the other night. I seen him get burned in overtime, and I went, they're playing on bigger ice in Turin, aren't they? Makes me nervous.
International ice, yeah.
International ice now. So what I'm going to say, if we're playing on international ice, we bring this Schaefer kid.
Okay.
I'm putting Schaefer. I don't care if he's 18 years old. You see this guy? Did you see him last night?
He's very good.
He's outstanding. He's in my Celebrini love. I might get his jersey. You see the size of this kid? Oh, my God. And then he looks like he's 12. When I put him on the thing, I interviewed after the game the other night, I go, wow. But you know what? You see his skating style?
What about it?
He's a kind of like a cross between like a Dennis Potvin and a Paul Coffey.
Okay.
Because he's got that big kind of moving around. Like, wait till he fills out.
Mm-hmm.
He's going to be a headman that can score. You know what I mean? What is he, 6'4", 6'5"?
Oh, 6'3"?
6'3", he a big boy.
Yeah, he's big.
And I'm going to say he's out there. But what I like his speed. I like the way he plays heads up. He's number one on the power play for the Islanders right now, and the Islanders are no slouch.
Nope.
They just won last night in overtime. You know what I'm saying? So my take on it is, so who do I got there now? Everyone I want in? So I want Montour. I want Noah Dobson. I want Schaefer. And who else did we mention?
So you have Taze McCarr.
Yep.
Harley.
Yep.
Sanheim.
Yep.
Montour.
Yep.
Dobson.
Yep.
Schaefer.
Yes. And Theodore.
So no Doughty, no Parayko.
No.
Okay.
But you know what? It's just because Drew's looking Drew. You know, and I love him. You know how much I love Drew Doughty. Come on, I don't want to take it down, but you just said to me, we're taking the best players that are playing right now, right? In a cohesive manner. Are we going to bring him out there so he can play 10 minutes as the third pair defenseman? We wouldn't hurt. But what if my third pair defenseman had Schaefer?
Well, he's also there for the experience.
Exactly. Well, that's why I think Schaefer won't get his shot. But he's played in every big tournament on the way up and anyway.
Agreed.
He knows what high-level hockey is all about. He plays like a guy 2 or 3 years older than him. You see the way he plays, the way he headmans a puck, the way he skates? I've seen the last 4 Islander games that they played just because I wanted to watch Schaefer. And he is freaking... He'll get to McCarr. He'll get to McCarr good. And you know what's going to be more interesting? He's bigger than McCarr, so he'll hit guys more.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Now, here's the big question. Are you happy with that, what we're saying? Well, with the team, we're pretty close.
Goaltending now?
Logan.
Yeah, he has to be on the team.
All the malcontents or whatever ridiculous reasons they get to the Four Nations. Notice all those guys are coming to the fore. Did we mention Reinhardt in there still, though? On the forwards?
He's a lock.
Okay, yeah.
He's already been named to the team.
Okay, no, okay, good. That's why we didn't bring him out. Yeah, Reinhardt has to be on the team.
Yeah, so I guess we didn't mention him and Marner, but we know
they're
going to be
gimmies.
on the team.
Yeah, they're gimmies. Yeah.
But for goaltending, I have Binnington. I got Logan Thompson. I got Darcy Kemper.
I got 2 of the 3.
Oh,
and then I'll find somebody for Binnington. He's terrible.
You don't have Binnington?
You gotta have him, but he's terrible.
You gotta have him.
He's
there you
terrible. He's scared of
Who are
scoring.
you replacing him with?
I'm looking around now. Who's the guy that plays for San Jose?
No.
He's Canadian.
He's god-awful.
The Greaves guy? Whatever?
Greaves.
No, there's another guy. They got a young guy that's Canadian. He hasn't played enough. He's looking good.
No, not taking a chance on him.
Okay, I can't even say Montebo because I would just being bitch slapped for that. Who else do we have around the league now? I'm thinking of somebody else I could play. Binnington's going to make it. Just on reputation. Of course. No, but we're missing somebody.
Well, Aiden Hill's hurt.
Yeah, no, Aiden Hill's gone there. And Ottinger's American, right?
Yeah, he's American.
Yeah, so who am I missing? Quickly go around the league. Florida, Boston, Ottawa. Who's playing in Ottawa? No, they got Allmark.
They have a Swede.
Yeah, I'm trying to think we're missing. Anyways, the weakest link on this team is what?
Stuart Skinner?
Stop it. I don't even know. Is he going to start the playoffs? I should take a list because I did it the other day. And I just punched in Canadian goalies. I guess that's why I forgot them all already, right?
Mackenzie Blackwood? Some people are thinking him.
Oh, got my hand up. Thank you very much. Because I was going through them, the top teams where I said Vegas and that. I'll replace, if Binning doesn't make it, I will definitely take it with him. Definitely. Have you seen Colorado lately?
They're very good.
Oh, and guess what? He's been making the right save. He's one of those goalies because their shots are down because the way they play. He makes the big save at the right time. Look at their record. Look at his record. That's got something to do with goaltending. I'd definitely put him in the mix.
Anything else you want to add for Team Canada for now?
No, but it's only, less than 90 days away now?
Yep.
Less than 90 days. We'll keep our eye on things.
So we'll move it to our Saturday night pick'em. We got the Battle of Florida to start us off. Tampa Bay at Florida. I'm on Florida at home.
I have a funny feeling that Florida's going to pull this out too.
Anaheim at Minnesota. I'm on Anaheim on the road.
No, Anaheim's had too many tough games that they've had to play against higher level of teams. Minnesota on a Saturday night at home is going to bushwhack them, even though I really like. What's wrong with Minnesota?
Everything.
Okay, but I'm still going to take Minnesota. I'm taking, what did I say? I'm taking Florida.
Florida, Minnesota.
And Minnesota, yeah.
Boston at Montreal.
Oh, come on.
I'm on Boston. They're on a heater.
Okay.
This is a game I did not fill out until now, actually, on this.
Okay.
LA at Ottawa. I'm on LA on the road.
No, they've won 2 in a row. They'll be all happy about shit.
You're on Ottawa?
Yeah.
Buffalo at Detroit. Buffalo has yet to win.
Wait. When you think about that, that's going to put Ottawa up in the standings even higher because everybody else has been failing except Boston. So in a week from now, it could be 1 and 2 could be Boston and Ottawa because they checked their schedules.
Higher than Montreal?
They could be higher in Montreal.
Yeah. Buffalo at Detroit. Buffalo is yet to win a road game, so I'm obviously on Detroit here.
Especially Saturday night at the pizza joint.
The pizza joint. New Jersey at Washington. I'm going to choose Washington to steal this game at home.
I think that Jack Hughes messing up the team with his hand might be the reason why. Washington is sneaky good.
Not looking that great, though, this year.
No, the last couple games I've watched them play. They're not. I don't know what was going on early in the season, but they're not terrible.
So you're on Washington?
I'm going to take Washington tonight.
Edmonton at Carolina. I'm on Carolina at home.
Oh, gee. What's the problem with Edmonton? We should have brought them up. The 2 biggest disappointments in the league, Toronto and Edmonton. Wow. I'm going to go with, I think Edmonton's going to pull it out. Who's it playing? Carolina, right?
Carolina in Carolina.
In Carolina on a Saturday night. No, take Carolina. They played last night, though, didn't they? Yeah, they played last night.
New York Rangers at the Columbus Blue Jackets. This one's on the road, so I'm going to take the New York Rangers.
I'm taking Columbus. They got to right the ship.
Is it Ohio State playing today at home, too? Or
I think it is. Yeah.
Toronto at Chicago. I'm on Toronto at home. You said you're on Chicago?
Yes.
Or Toronto on the road, I should say.
I'm going to take Chicago so I can reverse jinx for you guys, okay?
Vegas at St. Louis. I'm going to take Vegas on the road.
I think Vegas might take out all the shit that they've had in close games and just beat the living shit out of St. Louis in front of their fans. You know what? Vegas games have been, look at the overtimes. They've been great games, and then they lose, and I go, oh, how did that happen?
Philly at Dallas. I'm on Dallas at home.
No doubt. Even though Philly's a surprise team.
Sure.
They're playing solid hockey.
Winnipeg at Calgary. I'm on Winnipeg on the road.
Oh, Saturday night, right? Is Hellebuck starting?
Probably.
I'm going to take Calgary to steal it.
Wow. And Calgary is dead last.
Yeah, but did you see Winnipeg the other night? Maybe they're having their Montreal 2-game stutter.
Maybe. And then last but not least, San Jose at Seattle. I'm on Seattle at home.
Especially on a Saturday night, even though I'll be cheering for San Jose.
All right, sir. Best of luck to you there.
100%.
And we should add that Nashville and Pittsburgh playing their global series in Sweden.
Yeah.
Yesterday and tomorrow.
What? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's why they were so early.
Yeah.
I forgot.
There's another one tomorrow, too.
Although
well, it's going to be during football, but
yeah, I'll just record it and see it later. They got great crowds, though, eh?
Of course.
You know what I mean? Like, there'll never be any NHL teams in Europe.
No.
But if any sport could sustain professional North American teams, maybe basketball some places, but hockey, I think, would be sustainable in some of those places. Czechoslovakia.
Of course.
You know, Sweden, Finland. Come on.
And speaking of great crowds, the MLS moving their season from summer to spring, like the rest of the world, basically. So we'll now have outdoor games in BMO watching Toronto FC in January.
Okay, logistically.
No, thank you.
Okay, well, of course, it's going to kill a lot of shit. But in context of the way that the world moves, you have to move in line with the world. It's just unfortunate.
Says who?
Because of all those, I was watching a guy, that guy, is he Irish or Scottish on there?
On TSN?
On TSN.
Well, they have an Irish and a Scottish guy.
Well, whatever, I don't even know. They're going back and forth. But one of them brought up the weather. One of them was smart enough to bring the weather. But he was saying when you have those, when they have the contract split, and you can jump teams, you know, all those open windows, which I didn't understand.
Yeah, the 2 transfer windows.
Oh, and all that stuff. They said they should be more aligned, because then it might actually draw more MLS players in the league in this respect. If a guy's on the borderline of whether he's going to say play for Liverpool or Arsenal, and he's 31 years old, and he's going to get an extra few bucks to play in Miami when that transfer window's open, the possibility of that could happen. You know what I'm saying? Whereas the other times that we'd have to wait till the end of the season or whatever it is, because I don't understand this open window shit.
Yeah, there's only 2 times of the year that you can make trades in soccer.
Yeah, but for all the leagues, everywhere, at all the time. Well, that's the main reason that they're doing it, from what I understand. But
but it's going to hurt the product of the MLS, don't you think?
Just the ones north of the Mason-Dixon.
Montreal, Toronto, Chicago.
I'll go.
There's
Cincinnati.
Gonna be no fun. Yeah, there you go.
Isn't there one in Minnesota too?
Yeah.
Oh.
They might play indoors though.
Oh, right. Okay.
Columbus.
By the Ohio River.
Yeah.
Just like at the X by the lake. You know what they'll end up doing? They'll end up playing some configure-ish bullshit, and they'll put it in the dome.
Never.
I predict.
Never. Not going to happen.
They'll put on that fake dirt shit.
They're never going to go back to the dome.
Why?
When was the last time they've played there?
Since Jesus was a baby?
It's been over 10 years since the TFC has played a game in the Sky Dome.
Is it 10 years? Aesthetically speaking, it was horrible.
Rogers isn't going to allow it. That's Blue Jays and concerts now. That's it.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, and they're making their money on that.
There you go.
Okay, I got
TFC, even other soccer games hasn't gone back there.
No,
they used to have exhibition games there all the time.
But it's the surface.
Oh, sure.
One of the main reasons is the surface. No matter what you put on that's old school concrete. That place was made in the 80s.
There you go.
You know what I mean? So no matter what you put on, there's still that surface underneath. You know what I mean? And you can't put cotton sheets and silk satin down. It's just not going to work.
So we'll see how this works for MLS. But
I think you have a very pertinent point about hurting the product in this way. Walking up at BMO, some of the money that they make. I don't see people. What if it's like, how many games are going to be canceled because of snowstorms and they'll move them later in the year?
Good point.
That's what's going to happen. And then they're going to have scheduling conflicts. You watch. It's going to happen. Tonight in Columbus, they were going to play, but they got 16 feet of snow coming off the Ohio River.
Oh, my God.
What are you going to do? But I bet you if it's like those like those Haley, drizzly, freaking cold winter November kind of nights in February, and they got to play on one of those nights. Oh, God, come on.
That's going to be brutal.
Yeah. And it's going to affect the quality of the play on the field.
Of course. Number one. So we're going to do a little bit of some power rankings here.
Please do.
For, of course, the clubs in Europe.
A lot of good games this week on qualifying.
Yes, we'll get to that a little bit later.
Okay.
So number 5, they were my number 4 last week. They are first in Ligue 1. I got Paris Saint-Germain.
Okay.
Number 4, they were ranked number 5 on my list last week. They're number 1 in Serie A. They are still undefeated in Champions League. I have Inter Milan.
Yes.
Number 3, they were ranked number 2 last week. They're number 1 in La Liga. It's Real Madrid.
Okay.
Number 2, they're moving up a spot from number 3 last week. They're number 1 in the Premier League, undefeated in Champions League. I got Arsenal.
The Gunners.
And number 1, still at number 1 on my list, first in the Bundesliga, undefeated in Champions League, Bayern Munich.
The wagon.
Yes.
The wagon. You know what? They can show up when they want, right?
What? Just like
most of when they get to the Paris Saint-Germains and I'd like to see Arsenal and Bayern Munich play tomorrow. You know, that would be a great game. Sure. You know what I'm saying? But something about Bayern Munich, that team is just like their machinery and German engineering.
Well, I mean, this time last year we would have had Manchester City. We would be saying the same thing about them, but
what happened to them? But you see, this time last year, Bayern Munich would still be talking about them, and 2 years ago we'd be talking about them, and 10 years ago we'd be talking about them. They're one of the teams that didn't sag like Man City.
No,
I mean, no, Man U. You know, what's the other couple teams that have sagged? You know, that have been traditional? Juventus, yeah, like a few teams, but where's Bayern Munich?
Still at the top.
Still, the wagon.
Yeah.
The wagon, I'm telling you.
So,
do you think they can win champions? They got it. What? They got the best odds?
It's a long way left to go.
Oh, God, what is it? How many games? 1,000? No, it's a ways to go.
Around Europe, Manchester City was all over Liverpool in a 3-0 beating at home on Sunday. Holland with the winner in the 29th minute.
And that was a great goal. Did you see it? Very nice goal. And they needed
Probably
that
the best striker in the world.
Nice goal, though, eh? I seen that one in the highlights.
And PSG beat Lyon 3-2 on the road. Wow Neves with the 95th minute winner. But like you alluded to before, it's international break right now. Canada hosted Ecuador to a 0-0 draw on Thursday. France and Croatia have now qualified for the World Cup. Italy won at Moldova 2-0. They will host Norway on Sunday, but it won't matter unless Italy wins that one 9-0.
So they'll still have to go to qualifying?
Yeah, they'll have to go through another round of qualifying.
So is Norway out?
No, Norway is going to be first in the group. They're
Right.
going to go right to the World Cup. Your boy
That's
Holland.
Right. All right. So that means that even though if Italy beats them,
It's got to be a 9-0 win. Otherwise,
9-0.
yeah, exactly. And like I said, if they got to open it up like that, Holland's going to score a couple and make him pay. So,
Oh, of course they are. That's the way they play. They play a little bit more open than Italy does.
way more open.
Yeah. Okay.
A few more interesting matches. So Iraq versus UAE for the last Asian spot in the World Cup.
Japan's already qualified, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Let me open it up.
How come China never qualifies
It's not good enough.
with 3 billion people?
Yeah, so Japan is already qualified.
Mm-hmm.
And then Nigeria versus Congo for the last African spot.
I think Nigeria is going to pull it out, eh?
One game
Who else is in there from? We already mentioned who was from.
from Africa.
Yeah, Ghana, right?
Algeria.
Algeria.
Cape Verde, Egypt, Ghana, Ivory Coast, Morocco, Senegal, South Africa, and Tunisia.
Big shout out to the Cruz family who has descendants from Cape Verde. I think it's their first ever appearance in the World Cup.
Yes, it is.
Yep.
Jordan, Uzbekistan, Cape Verde, all making their first appearances in this World Cup.
Kazakhstan. Did you say?
Uzbekistan.
Well, yeah, wherever that is, somewhere in Eastern Europe.
Yeah, there you go. Or, well, technically Asia.
Asia, because they're that far south in whatever in Russia, right?
Yeah.
Geographically.
Anything else you want to add for soccer?
No, but I'm going to start watching a little bit more because as this is like, how would you put it in the Champions League? What are we in the first round?
Yeah.
Like if it was like the 4 rounds of the playoffs, this is like the first round, right?
For Champions League? Oh, yeah, it's still group play.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, it's still group play, so it should be interesting.
Should be interesting. And what else is interesting is the NBA and especially the Toronto Raptors off to a very hot start.
Okay, let's say one thing, everybody out there, and not that we're talking about basketball forever, but one thing, as I said about this, and the OKC, I'll get to them in a minute, the Toronto Raptors are top 5 in fast break points and top 5 in points in the paint. How many times in the last 2 years I say you can throw up threes as much as you want, have a decent percentage, because you got to still make threes in the NBA. However, when the Raptors have a look, they shoot, and a lot of time they try to shoot their threes in rhythm. I can't say, and Mike, if you're listening, we sat here and coach on Cleveland, and I would tell him, watch Cleveland come down the floor. They're going to try to push that flea, clang, we'll go in the middle and score. Even better, sometimes our fast break came out off those clangs off threes that we could improve on perimeter defense because we're so tight inside. Like we're one of the best defensive teams in the league. Like when you come down and bang in the boards and go inside and all that stuff, we're good. Do we need another big man? Yes, but we've got
to come off the bench.
Yeah, but that guy, I'm not going to say his name. He played in San Antonio. I forget where he's from. His name is about this long. Whatever. Every team in the NBA needs this kind of guy. Okay. I don't know why he was on the bench so long in other places because he couldn't get a chance, but he is just a weird piece on this team that works when Podol's got to sit down. And don't forget, we got 3 guys averaging 20 points a game, and all 3 of them are playing defense. Now, I don't know why this city isn't talking more about Ingram, because he's a great sports personality. We brought in the city that plays at a very, very high
leads the team in points as well.
Of course he does. And I think he's averaging 7 boards a night. I'm not sure.
6.
6. Okay, he was there. A couple more games, he didn't get as much. This team plays such a team game. They are like OKC ultralight. Is that how you could put it? But they play that style of game, and I expect them definitely to make the playoffs. But they've only played what? They haven't played 20 games either. They're only at the 15-game mark, right?
12.
12-game mark. So we got to wait till we get 20 games to say more. But
sure.
Big win right away. They went into Cleveland, even though Garland didn't play. They're
2-0 against Cleveland this year.
That's what I'm saying. And you know what? Not that it really matters. You know they're number 1 in their group for the
NBA Cup.
For the NBA Cup. We might even play in an NBA Cup playoff game this year.
That'd be nice.
Well, what are you going to do? Just win 3 games, right?
If they win one more, they basically win the group. Yeah.
Yeah. So and I think that who is it that they got to play?
Well, they beat Cleveland. Who else they beat in the?
I think Atlanta.
Yeah, so then they got to play Indiana and Washington still.
Gimme games. Gimme games. It's
Should
gonna be
be.
neat. At least we're going to get a little bit of press because nobody talks about the Raptors anywhere except in this city, and they barely don't get enough press as it is.
No.
You know what I mean?
But maybe the biggest news in the NBA this week was the Dallas Mavericks firing Nico, their GM.
Let me just say this. God bless Tony Kornheiser because he's a little bit older than me. And when I seen what was going on in Dallas in that arena, I was like, whoa. Like, first of all, you got to mention it, and Mr. Kornheiser said, how many fans even know the name of a general manager of any sports team? Well, you do some, Howie Rosen, whatever.
Right.
But I'm seeing how many times the average fan says, hey, who's the general manager of your team?
I disagree with that. I think most fans do know the GM of their teams.
I do most, not always.
Of the team that you root for?
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, that's my point.
But what they were saying is that in the history of sports in North America, probably in Europe, there's never been a chance to fire the GM ever. Booing the team when they're scoring. Just absolutely outrageous fan behavior that I've ever seen in the history of sports. Like, I don't want, I'd say shit show, but I don't want shit shows to look bad. You know what I mean? This is insane what's going on. Here is a little caveat that I did not know. Mark Cuban parachuted right into the director's room again to say what's going on because he made all that money selling the team.
Mm-hmm.
However, I did not know this, but Harrison had excluded Cuban from any decisions to be made by anybody on the team. He was persona non grata in owners' meetings and all that kind of stuff because he was a minority owner. These guys come in, but you don't. I don't really answer to you, Mark Cuban. Cuban's been on record as saying he lost his mind the night they traded Luka. But do you think Cuban would never have traded Luka Doncic?
I don't think so.
Okay, so then look what happens. 3-8. Unfortunately, Anthony Davis is going by his nickname again. Kyrie Irving.
Worst trade in history.
Could be. Kyrie Irving is on the injured list, and Cooper Flagg will never be a point guard in the history of point guards.
No.
Okay, and Luka going to LA, who are 8-3 without LeBron. Let's do the math. You got a very riled up fan base.
It's absurd what they did. I don't even know how I'd be handling it if I was a Dallas Mavericks fan.
Oh, they say it's like unbecoming to go there. But what's even worse, though, isn't this guy that had to fall on the sword? You just can't trade a Luka Doncic without going to ownership. Why isn't none of these owners coming out?
Oh, exactly.
It's like nobody's saying nothing about the owners. They just pushed this guy off the cliff. You know what I'm saying? And now who's going to want that job? A lot of people because they got picks. They got Cooper Flagg and a couple other young guys. So the job is
It's an NBA GM job. People are going to want it.
Thank you very much. But along the way, like, it'll be a long time, I think. Well, you never know. We had Sterling get kicked out of the Clippers a few years ago, but I think it'll be a long time before something this insane happens with a fan base that we get to see on national TV when it's being broadcasted.
Yeah.
Insane. I've never seen anything like it.
We had another firing down the house that happens newswire just today, though. Pelicans firing Willie Green after a 2-10 start.
Zion's not playing again. You know what I mean?
Just Zion. Just leave it there.
Okay, there you go. But let's look around the league. I just want to say something right now. I've been watching basketball for years, and I was saying this to you. Sometimes when you see, like, okay, when Golden State a few years ago, once they won, I say you could see them again. Everybody was saying about OKC, are they that one-win team? Have they got the formula?
I was never saying that.
I wasn't sure because the way the league was running. But when we had our draft, I'm glad I took them first.
But the core, like, it's everyone coming back.
Oh, my God. And the age. People forget all these guys are under 30. All of these guys. What? Shea's only, 27, 28?
Yep.
Okay. And what is their record right now? 13-1? Like, come on. And the game they lost, they fell asleep because they had a 22-point lead? Like, they are unbelievable. That's one of the good things. Now, another thing I pointed out this week, and I don't know, when it all is said and done, I'm not saying that he should be on Mount Rushmore. I don't know what I'm saying. But Steph Curry scored 40 points 2 games in a row. One was 49 and beat San Antonio back-to-back And San Antonio's been playing some pretty goddamn good basketball with Wemby being about 10 minutes away from being the best player in the league. You know what I mean? But you're talking about, I don't think Golden State may be going anywhere. And at the same time, I say yes. Sometimes I go, I don't know. But when you got Curry going off now, you know what record he now has? Tied players with the most points, 40-point games past the age of 30.
Oh, wow.
There's only one guy.
MJ?
MJ. He's now tied with MJ for the most 40-point games after the age of 30. Do you think Steph Curry's going to get another one?
Why not?
That's what I'm saying. So this guy who's always been lovable, you know what I mean, as opposed to, say, Patrick Mahomes, who's that kind of aura, but it's not always so lovable.
I don't know. I'd put them in the same category.
But
they have almost the exact same temperament.
Yes and no. Yes and no. I'm not saying that I've ever seen that Mahomes make a bitch move, but I've never seen Curry make a bitch move. You know, I've seen him yell at refs and stuff. I don't see him point at refs all the time like everybody else. He just plays his game. But to score 40 like that, and you should see the jump shot he put over Wemba. Mm-hmm. Like, it was unbelievable. He came down and put 2 from the logo. It was walked up, drained. He was hot. You know what I mean? He was feeling it.
Right.
So he just dribbled down and he got to the logo and let it fly. Zing, went in. It was just incredible. Steph Curry, we're going to miss him when he's gone. I hope he's 37.
We'll be seeing a lot more of him for a while.
Oh, I hope so. He's a good basketball player. He's good for the game. But I hate Draymond Green.
I can't stand him either.
No kidding.
Anything else you want to add for ball?
Not yet. It's too early in the season to make any assessments, but there's been some good games going on.
There certainly has been. We'll keep an eye on that. And we'll move us to a little bit of a Grey Cup preview. Montreal versus Saskatchewan tomorrow, 6 p.m. Who do you got?
You got to...
Games in Winnipeg, if that makes a difference.
They've been there. One of the crews, is it the Overdrive or whatever? The party, the Canadian party that this really is, I forget because we're in Toronto. But for the rest of the country...
Well, especially out west.
It's just a rockin', off-the-charts good time. The only thing I want to say before I make my pick is, why can't we have a Canadian band play at halftime?
Oh, I hate who they got this year.
I don't even know who it is.
Machine Gun Kelly?
Oh, yeah, Machine Gun Kelly.
Mr. Cringe.
But Our Lady Peace is the opening act. Why couldn't they? Or they're doing the pre-game concert. Why couldn't they do halftime?
I know, the CFL wants to get big acts. I understand that.
Yeah, because it draws more eyes, so to speak, but I wish they could keep a Canadian. Just one of those things. I don't know, because there's an interesting thing going on here about this Grey Cup. This kid in Montreal has won how many starts in a row?
Oh, it's insane. I think Montreal's going to win it.
Okay, I'm taking Montreal.
Okay.
I'm taking but Saskatchewan's dirty team. They're a dirty-ass team with all those fans in there. The kids got to lose sometime, right?
Sure.
Okay, I'm taking Saskatchewan.
Oh, my God, Mr.
Saskatchewan is 2.5 points, right?
I don't know the spread, actually. I can quickly check that.
Yeah, and you know what? We should have a little byproduct here about what's going on in the CFL, which people are seeming to forget about. Nathan Horton was voted the most outstanding player.
Nathan Rourke.
Nathan Rourke was voted. What did I say?
Nathan Horton.
Nathan Rourke was.
And it's 3.5 points. That's Saskatchewan is favored by.
Anyways, this guy who had his chance in the NFL and things didn't seem to work out, and he came back last year, and everybody's saying, what about this guy? But then again, he didn't get in. He didn't get in the system in time. Look what you gave a guy with a training camp coming into a season and playing for a full year. Easily the best player in the CFL by far. You know what I mean? It's unfortunate, which was a great game, Saskatchewan and BC at the time. Both low scoring, Big D. Weather had something to do with it. But I'm expecting a good game, because how often do you not see a good Grey Cup game?
Oh, exactly.
You know what I mean? We should be very happy for that, because our product is that good.
Anything else you want to add?
No, everybody I'm going to have trouble putting it on because just...
Football? Yeah, but that'll be in the 4 o'clock window. So
it starts at 6, though.
6 o'clock, yeah.
Yeah, so I'll be able to get it in there, one of the games when they're all done. I'll probably be there by halftime.
All right, we'll move us to Formula One, where we had the Brazil Grand Prix. Lando won. Kimi and Max completed the podium. Russell 4, Piastri 5, Behrman 6, Lawson 7, Hadjar 8, Hulkenberg 9, and Gasly completing the points in 10th. Piastri given a harsh 10-second penalty for a racing incident involving Kimi Antonelli and knocking Leclerc out of the race. I thought that was way too harsh.
Why?
Even Leclerc admitted.
Did he?
Yeah, that was just a racing incident. I don't think anyone. That was just them all racing hard. I don't think that was anyone's fault, really.
Notice who was in the middle?
Yeah, Piastri.
No, and the kid, Antonelli.
Well, Antonelli was on the outside.
Exactly.
Piastri was the one in the middle.
Yes. Okay. So obviously he was. It was a racing move, but it wasn't. But let's just see who the 3 drivers are involved and what I've been saying about this kid. He got big balls.
Sure.
He was hanging in there with the best of them. You know what I'm saying? And that was a treacherous little run there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Leclerc was knocked out of the race, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was done.
He was done. Yeah, that was pretty ugly. In any event, I thought it was. I liked the race.
It was a good race.
Yes, I liked the race in that. And my boy Max,
flying up the grid from 19th to 3rd.
Is that not insane?
That was classic Max. In one of his favorite tracks.
And what if he had better qualifying?
Oh,
you know,
could have won the race.
Oh, that's what I'm saying. But I mean, that just tells you the skill of the driver. I thought that your boy Hamilton, he fought for a while.
Well, for a bit.
And then I don't know what happened to him. I'm liking this Antonelli kid. I keep bringing him up because
he's good.
Yeah, at 18, he's gonna be really good. You know what I'm saying? But he's already got, like, say, that other kid that made the podium on the Red Bull too.
Mm-hmm.
He's good too, but maybe he doesn't have the car, but he doesn't like
Hadjar?
Yeah, Hadjar. He's a pretty good driver too. We're going to hear a lot about him in the future, but I don't see him, maybe because of his car. Like, Antonelli's already making veteran moves on the track.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I haven't seen the kid that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm excited to see where he goes next year. You know, like in a racing perspective.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
What about Antonelli? You think he is?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, and Mercedes is going to be there next year, right?
I mean, they're not going to be that much worse than this year, if anything.
Point well taken. In any event, now I think that when we're at this F1 point, we know everything that's going to happen. We just got to hope we have good races because McLaren is pretty well taking the drama out of even their own team.
Well, I mean, Lando's only up by 24 points with 3 races to go, so it's not over.
Okay, so what is McLaren?
It's over for Max.
Oh, yeah. You know, he admitted it.
Yeah.
Before the race, he said, nah, this is, even if he wins all 3, right?
No,
because then
but I mean, like Lando would need to like crash out and like something spectacular would need to happen.
9-0 Italy over.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, something like that. Okay, I got you. But that's what makes it, like, at least last year we had a little bit more
drama.
Yeah, towards the end now, so it's just going to be the love of watching the race because most of the results I seem to think are preordained. Even though we don't know what McLaren's up to on any given freaking race.
No.
You know? And I don't see Piastri and Lando going out for a beer in the next week.
No, not at all.
You know what I mean? I tell you, that's the weirdest thing about that sport. Wow. Anyway, the races are almost 3 in a row, right? 3 weekends in a row.
It is going to be a triple header. So Vegas next weekend and then Qatar, Abu Dhabi.
In a row, right? Yeah, that's cool. Vegas, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's because they'll go west, the flying time, because they're already be that far west, and then they just keep going. No, Saudi Arabia.
No, that's not like that at all. But anything else you want to add for F1?
I was wondering about that for a second, because I always try to figure out how because, you know, when you move an F1 team, you're moving a freaking army.
Yep.
Logistically.
They got money.
Oh, I know that, but still. You know, when you think about it, you're going Vegas. But once you get over to the Middle East, it's close.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
Anything else?
No.
All right, we'll do a little MLB cleanups with some award winners that we had.
Okay, I got a beef with you right now. You think that Toronto Star reporter should have voted for Buddy?
If I had a vote, hold on. You asked me a question.
Okay.
If I had a vote, I can't tell you that I wouldn't have done the same.
Okay. I'm going to go old school on this issue right here.
It's a non-issue, but okay.
Okay, the Toronto Blue Jays, last time I checked.
So let's set it up first. So the vote from the Cleveland Guardians won the AL Manager of the Year.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
John Schneider was second place in voting.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone is all over Rosie DiMano because she voted for Stephen Vogt over John Schneider for Manager of the Year, which I don't understand why people are all over her for.
Okay, first of all, I'm not
voting for the guy that won.
Okay, so I'm okay. I'm not going to judge Rosie DiMano, and I'm not going to tell you why I don't read her. Okay, did I say the same thing at the same time? Okay,
What?
just for that. I said, I'm not going to judge Rosie Diamano, whatever her name is.
I know she rubs people the wrong way. I don't quite understand why, but
I stopped reading her a long time ago. That's all I'm saying. I think she might even have done this to get the fucking press. Just because, it would come out. I wouldn't put it past her if you know her history. Not that I'm judging her. Let's just look at her resume. My thing is this. Why did Judge win the MVP? Because all the New York writers back
Hold on. You were saying earlier in the year that Judge deserved to win MVP.
Deserved?
Yes.
Yeah, and it was a very close vote.
Okay, and then what's the issue?
My issue is I bet you the New York people galvanized around their guy. Why couldn't our Toronto people galvanize around our
But hold
manager?
on, we're all over Schneider as not being a great manager, so now all of a sudden he deserves to win?
Look where he took us. He could be fired
Look
in a
where
year.
Stephen Vogt took Cleveland.
If it wasn't for the catastrophic collapse of the Detroit, they did go
Cleveland
nice.
went 20-7 down the stretch in September.
And they beat Detroit 8 of those games.
Thank
Epic
you.
Detroit
And they had 2 guys get banged, get nailed for gambling, and they got through that.
I will give them the benefit of a doubt there. My theory is this, and maybe it's old school. Something about baseball, and it always comes up every year when somebody doesn't vote for somebody along that way. It's usually for a reason that's outside of baseball. I hope it's not. But the bottom line is usually people galvanize around the city, and let's be honest about this.
But that's not exactly right, though. You should vote for who you think deserves to
Okay,
win.
if she thinks I think if I had a vote, I'd have voted for Schneider, regardless.
I would. I can't say I would have.
Oh, I would have. I'm just saying because he went from last to first in the American League East, the toughest division in baseball, with everybody freaking not get. Cleveland was picked to make a playoff spot before a season. They made it last year. They were predicted as a wild
that's not
card.
the award. It's manager of the year. Not,
Okay, so then
I know the manager of the year and coach of the year, those can mean other things.
Agreed.
And even though they probably shouldn't.
Agreed. Double down on that. But the bottom line is, I'm just thinking you're giving Cleveland a month or 6 weeks, whatever they did. They made the run with Detroit collapsing because I say that's a huge part of it. But the bottom,
they still won.
Yeah, okay, but whatever the case may be, Schneider took a team that was 16-20 and everyone threw him on the scrap pile and went to the World Series. That's huge.
Playoffs doesn't matter.
Well, huge. He fended everybody off coming down. Look what the Jays had to do in the last 2 weeks just to win the division.
I know that's a scrap for it.
There you go. That had something to do with the manager. So any event, I'm just saying that I'm disappointed that there wasn't a little bit home bias. That's all.
I'm just saying I think it's disappointing to judge someone or criticize someone for voting for someone who rightfully won the award.
Okay, so I'm going to take it one step further. We're not going to judge Rosie, but I know that a lot of people raised their heads when they said that she made that vote. I'll end it there.
Who cares?
Okay.
Who are these people?
About 80% of the people that you talk around the city that are talking baseball.
Who are these people? I don't know them. I don't give a shit.
Okay, so then...
why does it matter for us?
Okay, it doesn't. I'm just wishing that John Schneider could have been manager of the year. You know what I mean? Okay.
Well, you always wish your home guy.
Of course you do.
But this is we're judging someone for such a stupid reason.
I don't think that we're judging her for this reason. I'm just saying that if you looked at her resume in the last 10 years of some of the things that she said and done,
like what?
This is right in line.
Like what?
She had some Austin Matthews things that she was going to throw under the table. She's thrown the Blue Jays under the table a million times. She's not exactly the person that's supporting him. Yeah, and at times she was, how would you put it? Sometimes she was on the verge of sensationalizing some of the stuff that was wrong, and her take ended up being totally wrong. Now, I'm going to go back and get the history. I'm going to go back. No, I don't want to read her articles. I remember some of the things that this girl, I remember some of the things that she dissed Team Canada. I remember one time she said Wendell Clark had no heart. Come on. This is what I'm talking. Check her resume, some of the things that this woman has had to say.
She's not right. Excuse me. She's not wrong here.
Okay. Matter of opinion, perspective. You know what I mean? So to speak.
I don't know. I think it's ridiculous to criticize someone for voting for the guy who won. It doesn't make sense.
Okay.
It's not about tribalism.
No,
if it was just about that, then all the awards would be so screwed up. So why are we criticizing her for that? It's dumb. It's dumb.
Okay.
Why, is it because she's a woman? Was it because she writes for the Toronto Star?
No.
Then what is it?
The bottom line is this girl has this as a way of putting her fingers in this stuff. The finger gets pointed back at her because she's drawn attention to it. She did
not draw attention to this.
Well, your vote is public.
Okay.
So then she must have known what she was doing. I'm glad that she didn't back down.
God.
She didn't back down for what she's doing. I give her that. But the bottom line is, I have my reservations, okay, and they're personal. So I'll just leave it at that.
Okay, well, there you go. You should
Not
let
personal.
off with personal.
I don't mean that personal. I'm just saying that I have seen her over the years, and she's right up there with John whatever his name is, Feschuk.
Dave Feschuk.
Dave Feschuk. In my reading reporters, I just go to the next page when I see them.
Speaking of Cleveland, we shall say Clase and Ortiz did get charged for taking bribes to rig pitches.
Never pitch in baseball again.
Nor should they.
No, never. They will never even get an opportunity to even. You know what? They're going to go pitch in Mexico or Venezuela.
Yeah, probably.
They will, Trevor Bauer still got a job. And he's not even in that galaxy, but on a different level, a different time. But you know what I'm saying? Think Bauer will ever get back in the league?
No.
Wow.
It would have happened already.
You never know. I don't expect it. If it would have happened, it would have happened by now.
Exactly.
That's what I'm saying. But these two guys, these two schmucks,
gone.
Never, ever again. I hope they get, because I don't think it's big enough. And you see the money situation? These guys are assholes.
Oh, yeah.
Like what they've lost.
Garbage humans.
No. Bad people giving them bad advice. You know what I mean? You could have given out of your paycheck the money that these people needed.
It's so stupid.
It's unbelievable, but in context of the reason why we love sports, these guys should never, ever in the history of their lives be allowed to have another pitch in baseball.
No. Oh, and back to the AL Manager of the Year, Dan Wilson of the Mariners also had a pretty good claim as well.
What's that? Oh, if he had a one over, I thought, you know what? I thought actually the Cleveland guy was third line. If you had asked me before,
I thought Vogt was going to win, to be honest. I thought I said that on the show last week.
I don't know. But anyway, I thought it was a toss-up between Wilson and
Schneider?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was going to toss up between. Maybe I was listening to Plesac and the boys and Darling and all those guys too much. But they basically thought it was a two-horse race. Like a lot of those MLB guys, he deserved it. Like if you voted for him,
right.
Whatever. I'm just saying that in context of where the vote went. But if you're watching MLB, which I'm probably slowing down on because no more baseball anymore, a lot of the guys on TV they weren't shocked, but they were kind of, oh, he won. Cool. Like that kind of deal. You know what I mean? Like they didn't say, oh, no, he didn't deserve it. But a lot of the guys, when they make their picks, to me, it would seem to be a Schneider.
I don't know, MLB Network. Those guys are kind of sometimes.
I like when they bring in everybody though, like a lot of like old school guys and new school guys. Like they seem to have the widest variety. Even though it's good to see Gretzky on the panel.
MLB?
No, but I'm saying like bringing in older guys that know sports. Like at least Gretzky. Like I was surprised.
Okay, we're getting off topic with that. Brewers Pat Murphy won the NL Manager of the Year. Not really surprised there. Athletics first baseman Nick Kurtz won the AL Rookie of the Year.
Unanimously.
Braves catcher Drake Baldwin won the NL Rookie of the Year.
Good call, I thought. Didn't we say that?
He was the guy you were talking up all season.
Yep.
Tarek Skubal winning the AL Cy Young, the first AL player with back-to-back Cy Young since your favorite Pedro Martinez in 99-2000.
Pedro's good on TV. He's like I'm coming around on him. Never will come all the way, but
Pedro's had some bad takes in the past, though. But
I know that. But you know what? He's authentic.
He is.
He's very authentic. So when he sees little things, he'll throw something in that you didn't see because you weren't in the dugout.
A little bit off topic, but the funniest Pedro thing was when Chase Utley slid into the Mets shortstop. Oh my God, what was his name? And basically, it was the one that was so bad they had to change the rule for it.
I know the guy. I can see
Tejada?
No, it was American.
Rojas. No.
I think it was an American guy.
No, he had like a Hispanic name.
I remember the play.
Yeah.
I know the play, yeah. And what was...
Ruben Tejada. It was Tejada.
Was it Tejada?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
He was never the same after.
Never.
No. So, yeah, he was like, oh, my God, this is awful. We can't have this in baseball. And then they made a rule. It was like, you can't be putting a rule on it. It's like, what the...
yeah. That's Pedro.
Yeah. Anyway, so in the last overall pitcher to win back-to-back Cy Youngs was Jacob deGrom, 2018-2019 with the Mets.
Yeah.
So you must be happy about Skubal.
What's that? Very, very happy now.
Because it was really like a two-horse race between him and Garrett Crochet, right?
A lot of people said that Crochet should have got it.
I disagree.
I do too. You know what I mean? But here's the interesting thing that Tony Kornheiser brought up this week. The world has changed so much with the advent of numbers, which isn't all a bad thing. I don't want to be harping on that. Paul Skeens was basically a unanimous pick, wasn't he?
Yeah, so Skeens won the NL
Won
Cy
10
Young.
games.
Third it's not about that.
That's what they're saying.
It's the most outstanding pitcher.
Okay, that's what they're saying.
Run support's got nothing to do with it.
Well, that's what they're saying, but
I heard PTI talk about that too. I'm like, these guys are so off base on this. I'm sorry.
I don't think so. That's the old school. That's us old guys going.
What does your offense have to do with you being the most outstanding pitcher? Nothing.
Find a way to win.
That's not what the award is for. It's most outstanding pitcher. It's what you do on the mound.
Okay.
Paul Skeens was the best pitcher on the mound in the National League. No doubt about it.
Okay, so then whatever I'm saying is that what I was alluding to when I started this is where the metric has changed. And I'm not saying that Paul Skeens is whatever. I don't know. The best thing that maybe happened is when Felix Hernandez won. Because that's when the door was open to that. And I don't want to take it away from Skeens, but sometimes when you figure guys winning 17, 18, 19 games in the league, that can get completely erased because you have to be in the right place at the right time.
Exactly.
But we'll see.
Well, so we're going to give the Cy Young to pitcher just because he has won the luck of the
draw? He had great numbers. He had great numbers too. Not as good as Skeens, but we're going to find out in 2 years when Skeens win 25 games for the Yankees. That's how it's going to work out. Then I'll show his greatness there.
So we should also mention that Skeens is the third pitcher to win the Cy Young and Rookie of the Year in his first 2 seasons.
Can I say who the first two are?
Yeah.
Fernando Valenzuela?
Yes, sir.
Dwight Gooden?
Yes, sir.
Wow. I know a little bit about baseball.
And he's the 16th to win unanimously.
Yeah. Oh, no. He's a great pitcher. I don't want to take nothing away from him. I'm just saying that some of the old school things are fading away, and you say that's good. I'm saying, I don't know. When you play the game, you play to win the game. Yes. And it's sometimes, I don't know, I like a guy that can win and grind it out. I'm not saying that Skeens doesn't. And
so Skeens doesn't give the Pirates a chance to win?
When he goes out there, I say that probably as more as anybody else. That's why he won the award. But I'm saying that the value of wins has seemed to have gone down, if that's how I.
But that's not the criteria for the award. Most outstanding pitcher in his league. That's the Cy Young. That's the award.
I wish he won 12 games. I'd be happy.
Well, he didn't.
Speaking of pitchers, did we miss anybody in the awards?
We got the two big ones. Ohtani unanimously won the NL MVP. Only him and Barry Bonds have won 4, and he won all 4 of his unanimously, Ohtani, I believe.
Yes, and
insane.
Well deserving with his cat. Or no, it was his dog. I mean his dog, yeah, with his dog. You know what I mean? Like, is it a big deal? You know what? And it's true about athletes. He'll appreciate it more down the road.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Such a great player.
And maybe the most controversial one, even though I didn't think so, Aaron Judge winning the AL MVP is third in the last 4 seasons. I thought he was the well-deserving winner. Everyone's all up in anger because Raleigh was a catcher and he hit more home runs. But come on, Judge hit 80 points higher, led the league in runs,
Okay, so I'm going to go man, our PTI boys are getting a lot of airplay today. But you know what has happened, though? And Kornheiser pointed this out, even though there was a thing to be saying about you're a catcher. You're a catcher, so you got, that's the big, he caught and he hit 60 home runs. Well, let's just put it this way. If you hit 60 home runs, that's a huge, huge milestone. But a little bit of shine has been taken off in a generation or so. You know what I mean? There's other guys hitting 60 home runs. Ohtani could do it. Judge is close there. So a guy hit 60 home runs.
Well, Judge hit over 52, so it's not
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean is the question is, it's just like when we're talking about wins. Just because you hit 60 home runs, does that automatically make you the most valuable player?
No, of course not.
Well, so you should back that up in shutting me up about my 10-win guy. You know what I mean?
That's way different. You're comparing apples and oranges.
No, because
wins are a team stat.
Okay, but what I'm saying about from an individual point of view, the same argument that you could use for Skeens, you're using for Judge. Hence the reason.
Not at all.
Did you say
he's the most outstanding player on the field? It's the exact same argument.
Well, what'd you base that on?
Judge?
Yeah,
his numbers.
What'd you base Skeens win on?
His numbers.
End of story. That's what I'm saying. That's
what I'm saying. It's the same argument I'm using for both of them. I've been pretty consistent.
That's what I'm giving you credit for. I'm saying if you're going to be on that side of the fence, I'm good to see that you're on this side of the fence. So
thank you very much.
Yeah, you got to stay that way. It's got to be steady. If you're going to say one thing, and you are always consistent anyway. Don't worry about that. But no, I felt for Raleigh. But at the same time, you got to say you start your team.
Well, I mean, he brought home a lot of hardware this year. It's hard to feel too bad for the guy.
No, I'm not. No, and I seen his salary too. But the bottom line is, it was an old school look at the catcher kind of deal. But okay, we're going to start a team tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
You got to pick between Judge and Raleigh. Who are you picking?
Oh, Judge.
End of story.
Yeah.
End of story.
Because is Raleigh ever going to do this again? I don't know. Judge, is he going to do this again? I would
bet
on
last
it.
Word.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's one of the all-time greats now, right?
Judge?
Him and Ohtani are now.
Yeah,
they're in the upper echelon.
They're going to both go in the Hall of Fame.
Oh, first ballot Hall of Famers. But I mean, when we're talking about I don't go back that far. But we're talking about the Willie Mays, Mickey Mantle, Ted Williams, Barry Bonds, Ken Griffey, go on and on and on and on. These guys are now in that pantheon.
Yeah,
don't you
sure.
think? Definitely? Yeah, I'd say so now. I would say so too.
Raleigh's still got a little bit of a way to go before we put him in that category, don't you say?
Well, they say about a 7-year run. What was your 7-year run? Were you the best player in baseball for 5 to 7 years? Did you win an MVP? Were you an all-star? Did you go to the World Series? All boxes are checked.
That's true.
You know what I mean? That's how I look at it. And we should be very happy we're living in a time that we can see players of this magnitude, so to speak.
For sure. Baseball's in a great spot.
Yes.
Anything else you want to add?
I just want to say this, and I'm going to throw it out there because the next week, the only thing we're going to talk about baseball is this. Mike picked everybody out there that's listening, everybody on the Scoundrels, whatever. The Toronto Blue Jays are already in the door on Dylan Cease.
And Diaz.
Already in the door on Diaz. Now, I don't want to blow smoke up my own ass, but what have I been saying?
Well, you said the relievers one. Just
go
throw
get
money.
him, throw the money at him. I jumped out of bed. My coffee tasted better, and I rolled one quicker. We did what? We did, and this was reported on MLB, and it was also reported by Jeff Passan. So
there you go, pretty credible.
That's what I said. I was so happy, and we're kicking the tires on the Philadelphia guy, the starter.
Oh, okay.
You were talking about.
Okay.
There was a few teams kicking the tires. Toronto Blue Jays names came up again, which everyone should realize for the rest of your lifetime, whatever you talk about the Toronto Blue Jays, we are top of the line. We are a rich team.
Oh, for sure.
You know what? We live in Richmond
Anyone
Hill.
who says otherwise doesn't know baseball.
Thank you very much. And I hated the poor cousin thing along the season and all that.
That was a bullshit narrative.
We weren't there.
No.
We weren't there at all. But we were saying, can you guys stop that? But now that we made the World Series and the whole city's got a hard on, I'm glad to hear that the Shakins combination is going out there and throwing the money at that kind of pitching. Oh, and I haven't heard it yet, but they haven't decided, he might go west, so the Amagama guy, the Mets. Imanaga guy, he might go to the Dodgers.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, they don't know yet, but I mean, all of a sudden, those names.
Maybe he'll end in the Padres or something.
Yeah, but you know what? All this Diaz stuff could end up being, if you look at the Dodgers bullpen. Okay,
yeah.
Their bullpen didn't get them to the World Series, did it?
No, they're going to throw money there, too.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. But the main thing I'm bringing up, and I'm glad that we'll end the baseball thing on, is remember, we're trying. We're in the door.
Well, I hope so.
Overpay.
Why not?
Why not? We're the Toronto Blue Jays.
We certainly are. Ready for a little bit of trivia?
Yes, I am.
All right, thank you, Stephen, once again for providing another wonderful trivia question. This past Thursday, Oliver Bjorkstrand had 7 shot attempts in a 59-second span, and none of them were on goal. Of those 7 attempts, how many of them were blocked?
Steven, you're killing me, aren't you? Did you dig this one up just to say, you know what? Let's just frickin' poke the old man today. Steven, you're listening. You're poking the old man, aren't you? Actually, it was 3 were blocked.
You know this for sure?
I'm going to get, I see when it came up, I threw something at the screen. I was watching the game.
I'm going to say 5 were blocked. So you're 3?
I think it's 3.
5 shots were blocked, 4 by the Rangers players and 1 by his own Lightning teammate.
Oh, okay. I knew it was a bunch got blocked. Steven,
go.
that question just drove me crazy. You know what I mean?
The minute I saw shot attempts, I'm like, oh, Cruz is going to love this one.
You know what I mean? And you know what? They must dance around it Friedman doesn't give it lip service, but sometimes when he's on the panel and he'll go, yeah, that shot attempt. So when he's saying it, it's with the biggest sarcasm you've ever heard in your life. Because this
You sure about that?
Oh, sometimes, come on. It's Elliot. You know what I mean? Best at sarcasm ever. He can say something right to you, and it sounds like the most sincere thing a human being could say. He's good at that. That's why he's in the position that he is. He's
Fair
good.
enough.
He's good.
Well, he's a good reporter.
He's very, very good. But he can look you in the eye and say something sarcastic as fuck, and it sounds like, yeah, I believe that guy. You know what I'm saying? So in any event, the thing about shot attempts is it's coming up a little bit on Sportsnet, then it disappears. The Americans just get too stupid with everything. The little guys down their heads, the numbers, and all that bullshit. The thing is that I'll give it this much credibility. What they're trying to do is what direction is the game going? I think that has to become the key indicator.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like, if any validity you give to it, because it's hard to say, like when they say time of possession in the zone. Like, how do they collect that? Because sometimes, is there someone there with a tape cutting it down by the second? The puck goes in, the puck goes out.
Well, they have, they have cameras that track the puck now, so that's how they do that.
I think it'll have to be a false science. Like, for the nanoseconds that it's here.
I mean, if nanoseconds is if that's your degree of error, you're going to be pretty accurate.
I don't know, so I'll rather take that number that says me a little bit more about time of possession and the direction that the puck is going. Because the other night, for example, when Vancouver, how they ever won that game, which is questioning the Carolina goaltending, is Vancouver couldn't get across center ice.
Right. When
they were talking about the metrics of the game, I said, doesn't matter to me. What about these fucking shot attempts? Canucks had 4 shots, 2 goals. I like that. I like those percentages. Oh, by the way, Carolina had 13 shots, 72 shot attempts. Score was 2-1 Vancouver. Vancouver ended up winning in overtime. I think Carolina had 375 shot attempts by the time it got to overtime. Vancouver had 16 shots. Okay, so those stats were fucking amazing, man. They improved my belief in what's going on in the ice. The eye test was pretty good. I'm going, wow. I said, how did Vancouver win this game? And I'm watching it. So I'm just saying, give stats an enema. And you know what? You should be giving this argument right here, right now. And I'll back your shit right here, right now. We just went through the spiel with Skeens and Judge. So it can't be dismissed. However, in hockey sometimes. Come on, bro.
Well, analytics in hockey are still kind of in their infancy.
You think?
Yeah.
Because
they're not in their infancy, but they're still kind of finding their way. It's nowhere near like it is in baseball or soccer or football.
Oh, no. I got you on that. And
basketball, even, they're behind.
Well, because you know what? It's the fluid nature of the game.
That's the issue.
The fluid nature of the game. We got to include that in there. But I'm going to say this, and I'll end on the show on this, and you're going to hate me for it, is that sometimes deep down in my heart, and I'm not saying, I heard one person alluded to it and someone else said don't go there because someone on the panel used to be one of those people, is how many of these stats are brought into the room when a guy's getting a contract?
That sounds like conspiracy talk to me.
I'm saying you got to validate reasons for you're giving this guy $8 million a year. And everybody knows nobody wants to go to arbitration because they pick scabs all day long.
Sure.
Okay, so I'm wondering what the criterion is before this guy gets to arbitration. That's why you have to have an agent, so the agent doesn't tell you how badly those guys don't like you.
Okay, we're getting down a rabbit hole here. I think it's time to...
Just
put a lid on this one.
Just saying.
What event are you looking forward to the most this week?
Okay, didn't I already say that?
Lions?
Oh, yeah, Lions Sunday night will be definitely the game of the week. I'm actually looking very forward to tonight. It's going to be a good weekend because I'm hoping that my Canadians can right the ship.
I'll say the Detroit-Philly game as well.
Really?
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one.
I'm going to say if I was not a disciple of the Detroit Lions that I am, a very close second would be that Seattle
LA?
So yeah, LA will be a great game. And you know what? You got to take a boo at what's going on in that Denver-Kansas City game just because it's significance. Sure. You know what I mean?
Anything else you want to add?
No, just everybody out there, learn to love each other and let's smile more.
Okay. Hi, I'm Andrew Milani.
Hi, my name is Cruz.
What do? We keep the vibe alive. Do you have a question? We'll answer it on the air. Send it to thehousethathappens@gmail.com. You can find us on Podbean, Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, iHeart Radio, Player FM, Podchaser, Boomplay, and SoundCloud. You can follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok at The House That Happens, and on X at House Happens.